Welcome to the Rangers Network on a rainy Friday night where the rains came early but have stopped for now. It's the Rangers and the Mavericks of Madison High School. The Mavs are 0-2, and while the Rangers are 0-1, Smithson Valley hasn't played in 2 weeks. My name's Tony Brubaker. I'm joined by Jeff Gandy, the former Baylor Bear and Washington Redskin. And Jeff, this is a team that's probably even more than the first game preseason-wise looking to hit somebody other than a Smithson Valley player.
You're exactly right, Tony. 15 days for a football coach and for a football team without any really live hitting is tough, particularly when you're trying to get ready for district play that's coming up next week for the Rangers. So tonight's going to be a very interesting game, and it's an important game to the progress of this football team to see where they've done from game one to game two. This is their game two.
It is game two, and it seems like week 3 should be more than that, but that's what it is after losing last week's game up in Pflugerville at Hendrickson to Lightning, as it was a rainy, soupy night then, and the Lightning just wouldn't stop, nor would the rain or anything else that happened that night in a very gloomy Pflugerville a week and a day ago. Levi Williams, the starting quarterback for the Rangers, will lead their charge, along with tailback Mark Franco and some others. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but it's the Mavericks defense I want to focus right now. Jeff, Jamie Ferguson, 6'1 senior. He is a linebacker who is probably the most disruptive player we've seen this year.
He's very disruptive. In fact, he's 6'2", 200. I got him at 220 pounds coming off of some of the scouting reports. And I'll tell you what, he's very athletic. He's fast. He's got quick feet. And what his coach tells about Jamie Ferguson, he has a motor that doesn't quit. I mean, he doesn't give up on the play. So when you have that kind of attitude and that effort from a young man with all the skills and opportunity to play on this type of defense, 34 defense, he causes havoc in the backfield.
For the Mavericks offense, it's quarterback Dante Higgins, who is a 6'1 senior who's averaging about 160 yards passing, and he had a big game rushing for 120 yards against Clemens. But again, Madison's 0-2. We don't think it's their defense that's the problem, but perhaps their offense with 5 turnovers in 2 games.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. They're 0-2. They're moving the football. They like to run the football, and they're averaging about 230 yards a game on the carpet, but they turn the ball over 5 times, and it's hard to beat anybody when you put the ball on the carpet that many times.
Smithson Valley's defense is anchored by those 2 tackles, Trey Witcher and Will Gibbons. Thomas Zoig, the middle linebacker this year, along with McElroy and Coleman'sberger, the 2 other linebackers. That's a pretty solid core up the middle for the Rangers, and they're going to have to do a lot to stop that running game.
They really are. In fact, the concept of the 4-3 defense that the Rangers run is to get penetration. It's gap integrity, maintain your gap integrity, but you got to get upfield. That's going to become real important tonight to be able to corral Higgins and not let him have any kind of daylight to be able to make his long runs in.
It is homecoming 2018 here at Ranger Stadium. Unfortunately, it's not the best weather for that, but we'll have more of our pregame show after this timeout, including we'll talk with the head coach of the Rangers, Larry Hill. So stay with us, because this is Smithson Valley football on the Ranger Network.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken-y sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years, where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.
With GVTC Connect Home, I can get 24-hour-a-day security monitoring and even get alerts on my phone while I'm on the field at practice. I can lock and unlock my doors, arm and disarm the system remotely, and even see who's on my front porch right here on my smartphone. Coach, wipe your feet.
Let GVTC give you peace of mind when you're not at home. Sign up for GVTC Connect Home today.
Welcome back to Rangers Stadium. We had a chance earlier this week to catch up with the head coach of the Rangers, Larry Hill. So here's that conversation with Brant Freeman.
Coach, this was a chance for your football team to bounce back after the season opening loss against Midland Lee, a chance to play a 26-6A caliber opponent in Pflugerville-Hendrickson, and simply a chance for your football team to get another game underneath its belt, getting ready for district play. With all that said, how disappointing was it not to play this past week?
Well, it was. I think both head coaches and both teams felt the same way. You know, they're starting district this week, so they obviously wanted another game, and we only get 3 non-district games, and of course to lose one of those 3, and as you mentioned, a December playoff caliber opponent, a team that's played in December, had a bunch of starters back, a lot of D1 players, and would have been a great opportunity for us to continue to raise our level of play. But the Lightning came in and just hovered and wouldn't move, and then when it finally did move, it was actually bringing in more, and it was apparent we were going to be there 3 or 4 hours minimum before we could kick it off. Thursday night, school the next day, just kind of weird.
Now, there's a schedule to your season, but not just the games. There's practices, there's time with the film room, time with the weight room. When a game like this is canceled, what does that do to your team's routine?
Well, we because it was a short week, a Thursday game, we practiced a little more Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday than we might normally. Didn't get the game in Thursday, so we kind of had a little bit of a scrimmage on Friday when we came back to school. Not full speed, but try to get some live full-speed kicking game work. Number 1 offense against number 1 defense, 2s on 2s, tried to get all 15, 20 plays, and certainly not a game, but our defense doing what they do best against our offense doing what they do best, and try to get a little bit of game work, and then had the long weekend, and now we're back at work and moving on.
So the Hawks were supposed to be your second opponent this season. Now that second opponent is San Antonio Madison, a program you have a lot of familiarity with, a lot of history against. Over the previous 15 years, you've played the Mavericks 13 times. Madison comes into this game 0-2, but we know this and seeing them over the years, always a team with a lot of athleticism. What are your initial impressions of this year's Maverick football team?
Well, they're a lot like us in the sense that, they want to prepare for the long haul. So if you look at their schedule, who they've scrimmaged and played, they weren't out getting cupcake games where everybody can go home feeling good where you win 50-0. You go play Clemens, we know how good they are, a narrow loss. Austin Bowie, perennially a playoff team that goes deep in the playoffs. And so, don't let the record fool you. I'd like to think our 0-1 record can fool people, and certainly theirs too. So we know the caliber of competition they've gone up against. We know the quality of play they had. And you mentioned our history. There's been some monumental big games against Madison deep in the playoffs. And then, of course, when we were in their league, those years, a lot of district championships on the line, and then some years we even played them twice during the year and in the regional finals. So it'll have that feel for it. And then you throw homecoming on top of that, another home game, and big week.
You look at the quarterback for the Mavericks, Dante Higgins is a 2-year starter at the position, and you look at what he's done, and you look at his season from a year ago, and he is the definition of a dual threat quarterback, over 3,100 total yards last year, accounting for 32 touchdowns. How difficult is it to prepare for a quarterback like that?
Well, it is difficult because you mentioned dual threat, and then you throw experience in on top of that. Now will be a 3-year starter. He's got a lot of game savvy, a lot of game smarts, can throw the ball, can run the ball, and then on throws, if things break down, can run the ball again on unscheduled runs. So, and he's got some guys to hand it to and some guys to throw it. And he's got the ability to play within the system, very smart player, and then he's got the ability to improvise, and that makes it very tough. But as we've talked about before, we might as well get ready for that because we've got some other ones like him unfortunately, coming down the road. So it'll be a big test for our defense.
Now, getting back to Madison and your history against this program, you look at their defense, and over the years, I seem to recall seeing a lot of big guys up front, a lot of size on the defensive line, a lot of talent in the back end of the defense and the secondary. What does the scouting report say on Madison's defense going into this game?
You know, they're very senior heavy. Some guys that got a lot of experience a year and 2 years ago, and so they have a lot of experience, play a lot of guys on defense. We'll play as many as six. In their 3-4 defense, we'll play as many as 6-7 guys up front. And secondary is talented. Their outside linebacker is, I think, a big article on him the other day, is probably as disruptive and talented a player at that position as you'll ever see. And so we'll have our hands full there as well for our offense.
Now, besides winning the game on Friday, what else do you want to get out of this game as you get ready for district play the following week?
Well, you know, how high can we take our level of play? We know the level that it's going to be required in 26-6A to have a chance. And clearly we're not there yet. Not sure that anybody is, but this is another good test against another quality opponent. You know, and so, you know, we'd love to come out of it injury-free. We'd love to come out of it with a win, and then love to be getting our level of play close to where it needs to be to have a shot in 26-6A.
And we're back to Rangers Stadium, where the Mavericks have just taken the field, and the Rangers will shortly. This is a series that's now entering its 14th game. The Rangers own a 10-3 series lead, including 4 wins in a row. The last time these two teams played was 2015, and Smithson Valley won 56-21. Now, those who have been around San Antonio for a while know this is where Jim Streety became one of the legendary coaches in the area, as he led the Mavericks to a lot more wins than they've had recently. So you could say the program has been down for a while, but we know that head coach Blaine Peterson is trying to do his best to resurrect it after a 4-7 win record last year. He's 0-2 this year, and that's not the right direction.
Well, it's not the right direction as far as the record looks, but I tell you what, when you look at the team and how they're performing and, you know, the number of quality athletes that they have going into Madison, into their football program, you know that it's just a matter of time that Peterson's going to be able to draw that back to, you know, the tradition back to Mavericks and get back into playoffs like they usually do making playoffs, because there's 4 that go into the playoffs each year. But they've got a quality program, and you know what? 0-2 is not indicative of how good this team is, and we'll be able to see that tonight.
All right, we'll take another timeout. We'll come back. Time for kickoff here on the Rangers Network.
Come on in.
Hey, Coach. I'm here to try out for the Rangers mascot. I mean, what's better than the guy who Smithson Valley was named after?
Don't you mean Benjamin Smithson? You're Benjamin Franklin.
Smithson? Oh, that makes sense.
He was instrumental in founding this area in 1856. He was one of the first Rangers.
The first Ranger. What position did he play for you, Coach?
He was a Texas Ranger, a Western lawman.
I get it now. I like where this is headed. Be right back. Hey, Coach. How about another perfectly executed shameless plug while I'm gone?
If you need video production work, there's no finer organization than Wick Productions. It's who we trust for Rangers Network and game night scoreboard production at Ranger Stadium.
Well...
Oh, you nailed it.
Rangers we will be!
Wick Productions. Watching a video is just better than reading stuff.
Smoky Mo's is great. You can feed a whole bunch of people on a little bit of money. It's perfect for Friday nights.
My boy's a football player, and this fills him up. The brisket is awesome.
I like brisket and sweet brisket. I can't say it.
They have the best turkey, brisket, sausage in all of Comal County.
I agree, and the kids love it too.
You're never going to play offensive line for the Rangers eating salad. Come get some beef.
Get your dog up!
Go Rangers!
We've got spirit. Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Rangers, too. When you get gas, look for the Rangers Spirit Pump, because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Smithson Valley Athletic Booster to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your spirit pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Rangers.
Welcome back to Ranger Stadium. Not too long from kickoff right now, as the Rangers will be receiving the opening kickoff from the Mavericks. We expect the offensive unit to come out now that the rain has stopped, and it's Jeff, it's been non-rainy for about an hour, a little more than an hour, so we expect a better brand of football than if it was pouring down rain like it did when we got here around 6 o'clock. But now at 7:30, the rains have stopped, and we're hoping that means the ball will be tossed around a little bit more than otherwise.
Well, there's no wind, so that's not going to be a factor. But the field is very wet. In fact, it's probably pretty soaked, so the ball will get wet. The footing and the traction of the players running with the football, and of course cutting and moving, it's going to be pretty important. So I think it's just, you don't change your game plan, but you have to be aware of how wet things are, and it may kind of change some of the calls that you have.
It is very humid, to say the least. After a lot of rain and then clearing skies, the humidity is overwhelming here in some ways. And I can tell you one of the things that's affected is the outside of the window here in the press box, which is very foggy, to say the least. So I can tell you the Rangers have 2 guys back. Right now I can't tell you what their numbers are, but we'll find out here shortly.
We'll do our best to be able to tell everyone who exactly is running with the football. It's hard to tell.
In any event, we're about ready to get underway here on the Rangers Network. Smithson Valley football plays host to the Madison Mavericks. Kickoff is underway. Sails towards the end zone, where it will be down there, and the Rangers will start 1st and 10 with Levi Williams at the quarterback. The senior at 6'3" and 205 has thrown for 129 yards and rushed for 62 in the first game, the only game so far by the Rangers. Mark Franco, the starting tailback, has 36 yards on 8 carries. Darlington Frash, the fullback, has 7 carries for 18 yards.
Well, we know Coach Hill, he likes to script his first 10 plays, so we'll see what he's looked at as far as this 34 defense by Madison, and see what he's going to do against it.
Rangers split 2 to the either side. Here's a quick pass out to the edge. A good catch and run. A nice job by Nick Kuykendall, the senior receiver, who makes a nice run and gets pushed out of bounds finally just past the 40-yard line. We'll call him down at the 40. Now they're going to mark him a little shy at the 39 now. So a first down on the first play by the Rangers.
Not a bad way to start. A nice downfield block by Tisman, the wide receiver, on the cornerback. That gave the runner a little extra yardage on that play.
So Rangers send 2 receivers to the left in a full house backfield. Williams will keep it on a direct snap and gets out beyond the 45 to about the 48, for he's dragged down there by a host of defenders, including a couple of inside linemen. Noah Dudley was there, among others, for the Mavericks.
It looked a little familiar from 2 weeks ago in the second half, right, when Levi Williams was taking a lot of the snaps himself and just picking his hole and running. And it was real effective on that first down play as well.
2 backs, 1 on either side of Williams now. Takes the snap, hands it off. I believe that's Frash. Gets beyond the 50. That should be enough for another first down for the Rangers.
Well, you got to like these play calls. The first 10 are scripted, like I said before, but they're attacking this Maverick defense right where their strength is, right up the middle, and they're doing a good job.
They are. The offensive line, which got some work and some changes going in. We'll tell you about those shortly. But right now, Williams has, again, a running back to either side. He fakes the handoff and keeps it. This time he gets tripped up as he passes the line of scrimmage. Looked like that was Axel Andrade, who got him down low and brought him down for a short gain.
Yeah. But that time Andrade was not fooled by the fake, and his responsibility is the quarterback, Levi Williams, and when Williams just pulled the ball out from the fake of the handoff, he was able to make the tackle. Nice job.
So 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard gain. 3 different receivers now go to the right, 1 to the left. A lone setback with Williams, now motion. Williams will hand it off. Straight ahead. Franco takes the ball to inside the 45 to the 44, so it'll set up about a 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. Nice push by the interior offensive line that time. Smith, Brooks, and Cunningham making a nice push with those front three of the defenders to be able to make a good run out of that play.
So Williams again in the shotgun. Some motion coming to him, and he gives it. A little wide receiver screen, Ethan Sill, and the ball's put down on the ground, and the Mavericks have it. So the ball comes out of Sill's hands, and the Mavericks recover the first turnover of the game. It's a fumble on Smithson Valley, and from their own 45, Madison will start 1st and 10 after the miscue.
Yeah, first turnover of the game, unfortunately for the Rangers. It was a good-looking play, although it was slow developing, and that's probably one thing you don't want to do is have a slow, wide running type of play because the Maverick defense is so fast. They're able to recruit and make the tackle really quickly. And this time they caused a fumble. First turnover in the game. Now they have good field position going into the end zone.
Dante Higgins is the senior quarterback for the Mavericks. We expect him to carry the ball a lot tonight. This time he hands it out. He fakes a handoff and keeps it. He's got the right side. Gets a good gain until he's dragged down. Nice tackle by Nick Aiken, but not until he crosses midfield with about a 7-yard gain to the 47.
It's going to be important that you kind of corral Higgins. I mean, you're going to have to keep your integrity in your lanes. If he gets a little bit of a break of freedom, he's going to tuck the ball and run. He's that good of an athlete.
Mavericks do a little fancy work here. Higgins gets out of a grasp and throws it up. A completed pass. And for a first down, that's Darian Gill. Gets across the 35 before he's dragged down, and the Rangers defense, little confusion there as they were in the backfield and they looked like they had him for a second, but Higgins got away from him.
Yeah, Higgins just improvised on that play, Tony, and he was able to find Gill just dragging across the field wide open, but he almost got sacked, and so he was just improvising after that point.
So the Mavericks try to hurry it up, but they wait for the sideline for their play call. Now have it. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Higgins fakes the handoff again, keeps it again, and he's slippery past the 30 to the 27-yard line. Give him a gain of about 6 maybe. Second down and 4. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Same formation. This time he wants to throw out to the left edge. A catch. And 2 Rangers finally bring down the receiver that time. Looked like it was Royce Kyle.
Yeah.
The sophomore receiver gets a first down gain into Ranger territory to the 23, where it'll be 1st and 10.
This is where I think the Mavericks become very, very dangerous when they're inside the 30 and right almost in the red zone, where they have so many weapons that they like to choose to get the ball in their hands. And right now the number 1 weapon is going to be Higgins, and he has the opportunity to determine where he wants to either get the ball to or keep it himself, so it makes it very dynamic.
2 receivers left, now 1 in motion. Little wide receiver sweep. No, Higgins will keep it. This time he's corralled. Good job on the interior line that time, not to let him get through.
Looked like Witcher that time.
Oh, and Zoig, the middle linebacker. But just a gain of 2 that time. The best defensive stop of Higgins so far. It is 2nd and 8 from the 21. 2 receivers right. A stack of running backs to the right side. Higgins wants to throw. He's got it out in the left flat again. A completion there and a tackle for a short gain of about 5 or 6 up to the 15.
Is that Aiken?
Jeff, if I could see their numbers, I'd tell you.
I can't see it either. He basically, the cornerback, either Aiken or Nutt, number 19, is one-on-one with that receiver. So it's definitely you have to make that tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, you're man on man.
They have definitely
Aiken did a nice job.
Yeah, it's just they're isolating one-on-one out there, and that's just what they're going to do right now until we do something different. Now they're strong to the right with a couple of receivers and a couple of backs. Higgins barks out signals, then maybe a delay of game. Did they get a timeout first? They did. So a timeout by the Mavericks. We're scoreless. 6:19 to go in the opening quarter. We'll take a brief timeout here on the Rangers Network.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
I swear.
Welcome back to the Ranger Network. Tony Brubaker, Jeff Gandy. An interesting game here with the Mavericks on the move after a turnover. So the Mavericks have the ball. 3rd and 1 from the from the 15. Looks like he keeps it again, does Higgins, and he might squirm ahead, and I think he got inside the 15. He needed a yard. It looks like he got 2, and that should be enough for a first down. Tough running there by Higgins.
Tough running. That's man-on-man blocking by the interior lineman on the defense, and I tell you what, all Higgins is doing is trying to find a little crack of space and see what he can get through. Get as much as he can with what little he has. First down.
So 1st and 10 from the 12. Higgins wants to throw out in the flat, has a man. Catch. Then he's thrown down is the receiver. Inside the 10, about the 5, maybe the 6-yard line.
Well, the split in was going upfield on a post route, and the slot back basically went a quick out, 5 and out, and that's who he hit on the outside, and that was enough for a first down.
So it looks like it was Hoffman that caught it.
Yeah.
So 1st and goal from the 5. A little bit of motion. They're strong left with blockers. Higgins wants to keep it, scrambles, but he gets stopped. 2 or 3 Rangers came to the rescue right away. Coming from the left side, one of the safeties, that looks like it was Sill, did a nice job of slowing him down. Got help from the backside of the line.
With the formation being so heavy interior, it's important that whoever had containment on the outside keep containment. And that was a good job that time by the defense to not let Higgins outside.
So 2nd and goal now from the 5. Call it maybe the 6. Higgins wants to throw. Looks to the corner, now wants to scramble. Has some men chasing him. Now throws it away finally.
So what's 4th down?
So it is 4th down. Pardon me, I said 2nd, but it was 3rd down. So we'll see if they bring the field goal unit in. That'll be a little surprising to me. 4th and 5. The ball is on the 7-yard line, not the 6 or the 5. So the kicker is Alex Andrade. I'm sorry, Graham Torres. Graham Torres. Andrade is the punter. Torres. And the deep snapper is Nathan Patton. So we'll see the snap good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Rangers get on the board first. With a field goal, they take a 3-0 lead. 4:23 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a brief timeout. This is the Rangers Network.
Our family at Summer Hill Dental is part of the community, and we've either been Rangers, are Rangers, or soon will be. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summer Hill Dental have been taking care of Ranger smiles for over a decade because we are your Smithson Valley dentist.
Back on the Rangers Network, where the Rangers will receive another kickoff as the Mavericks have jumped up 3-0. The field goal of 25 yards, successful by Graham Torres, the senior kicker for the Mavericks. Torres will be the kickoff person again for the Mavericks, have those duties all around. And here it comes. The end over end kick. Sales will be fielded on the 1-yard line. Up the right side goes the Mavericks return man. finds some room, slitters across the 25 to near the 30 on a nice job of returning by the Mavericks. I think it was Cason Wells. Anyway, the Mavericks will start, or the Rangers will start 1st and 10 from their own 29. So the Ranger offense, after the turnover on the initial possession, the offense will have another chance here. 1st and 10 from their own 29 to start. 2 receivers come this way, 2 backs in the backfield. Williams takes it, hands it. A little bit of room up the middle.
Fumble.
And there's another fumble.
Oh, no.
And the Mavericks have it again, they say. This looked like Frash was the carrier. Ball came loose, and the Mavericks have possession again with great field position at the Ranger 35.
I'm telling you, in these weather conditions, you really have to hold the ball tight and up high. And that time it looked like Frash was trying to, battle for a couple extra yards, and he just got popped, and the ball went squirting up.
Looked to me when he hit the first defender that their hands were there and maybe poking it away. It's tough when you're running through the middle. You're right, ball security is everything in weather like this. Higgins fakes the throw, hands it off. The back out of the backfield will take it down the sideline all the way, and there's a touchdown for Christian Hernandez. The senior tailback, listed as the backup on the depth chart, gets a touchdown run of 35 yards, and the Mavericks have gone up 9-0 here in the first quarter.
That's one of their bread and butter plays, Tony. Basically, you pull the off guard, everyone blocks down, pulling guard blocks out, give it to Christian Hernandez. He takes it from the backfield right up that seam, and there was no Rangers to be able to stop him.
So the extra point to come from Torres. As the Mavericks have jumped out early. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 3:59 to go in the opening frame, the Mavericks have jumped out 10-0. Smithson Valley football on the Rangers Network.
Our family at Summer Hill Dental is part of the community, and we've either been Rangers, are Rangers, or soon will be. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summer Hill Dental have been taking care of Ranger smiles for over a decade because we are your Smithson Valley dentist.
So the Rangers find themselves in an early hole as you're back on the Ranger Network. 3:59 to go, opening quarter. The Rangers, with a couple of fumbles, have given up a field goal and now a touchdown, and they're down 10-0 just past the midway point of the first quarter, and they really haven't run many offensive plays.
Well, their first opening kickoff, they took the drive. I had a nice little drive developed, got into a little bit of a flow with their offense and just coughed the ball up, and then turned right around and do the same thing on the second play. Is just heartbreaking because, they've, it's been 15 days since they've had really live contact, and maybe that's a product of this too.
I don't think there's any doubt that they missed the action a week ago, and that much time off is not good. So it's 10-0, the Mavericks on top. Torres with the kickoff. This one will sail into the end zone and will be downed where the Mavericks will come out at the 25 and start their next possession. Jeremiah Gilliam, Draylon Radebaugh, Chris Rivera, Chandler Cole. We've seen others catch balls recently too, but those are the guys listed initially who we want to throw to. The Rangers will start from the 25.
Tony, the Rangers are moving the football. That's not what the problem is. The problem is they just can't hang on to the football when they're getting hit. So I'm sure Coach Hill is telling those running backs and Levi Williams, make sure ball security is number one on your mind at this point. But just get on and put some points on the board to really change the momentum around here.
Franco takes the fake. Actually, Williams keeps it, and he's going to be sacked. Franco carried out the fake really well. Levi kept it, was looking down the right side of the field, but no one was open, and he gets sacked all the way back to the 20. So now it's 2nd down and 15.
Well, it looked like the fake that time was supposed to draw in that defensive end, but Ferguson was not going to be faked out, and he was in Williams' face and was able to get him down for a sack.
Jamie Ferguson, the best player on their defense, outside linebacker. Here's more pressure on Williams as he wants to throw. Scrambles to the left, has an angle toward the corner, and gets on the sideline ahead. Looks like they'll mark him near the 30. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 5, 3rd and manageable on good scramble by Levi Williams.
Yeah, that's all Williams right there, just making something out of nothing because he got pressure from the outside by number 14, Andrade, and he just basically, Williams scrambled from the outside and was able to get a little bit of real estate going around the near corner here.
The Mavericks' 3-4 defense is basically built on speed, and they are showing it so far tonight. Williams on 3rd and 5 has 2 receivers either way. Straight drop back, throws to the edge. Nice pass, nice catch. Good job of pulling it in is Cason Wells, the true freshman. Brings it in for a first down out near the 38-yard line. Good throw by Levi, good catch by Wells.
How about that, making your first varsity catch, Wells, as a freshman against Madison? That's pretty good. Good enough for a first down.
He had one in the opener.
He did? Okay.
His second catch.
Thank you
that's
for correcting me.
He's still a freshman. So 2 receivers to the right, 2 backs in the back with Levi. Fakes it to Franco, now wants to throw, now has pressure. Gets rid of it initially, but he won't get away long enough. The loss will just be a yard or 2 back to the 36, pardon me. So it is 2nd and 12. Pressure again from their defensive line that just seems to, said earlier they were disruptors, and they've been everything of it.
They play downfield. That's really the motto of that defense, 34. They're so fast, but they play downhill. And actually, Tony, that time the middle linebacker, Riley, was able to blitz, so that was 4-man rushing instead of 3.
Williams keeps it, throws it to the edge. Nice catch by, again, Kuykendall, who's getting some playing time tonight. He gets out beyond the 40. That'll set up a 3rd and long. We'll see, they'll spot it. Actually, they won't give him to the 40. It's back to the 38 where it's 3rd and 10.
This is a tough call because you're still in your territory, but you got to pick up some sort of first down to keep the chains moving. The best defense for the Rangers right now is a good offense, and that is to sustain drives, keep the chains moving, and take some time off the clock and build some sort of rhythm on offense, and that's what they're trying to do right now.
A 3 and out or 1 first down really isn't enough for this offense right now. It needs another first down. Pressure on Williams. He has to scramble. He won't get the first down as they've backed him up. Good job by their defense. 26, Deshaun Higgins, the junior brother of the quarterback, came up with the stop there at the 42, and it's 4th down and about 6 or 7 from the 42. The punt unit comes on.
That's a good example, Tony. They're just relentless up front. They know it's 3rd and long. They know you're going to throw the football. They just come after you.
Gilliam's punt. Low line drive, doesn't get much of a roll, goes out of bounds, but in good territory for the Mavericks near the 35-yard line. And they'll start again in good shape on field position. The Mavericks up 10-0. About a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter.
It'd sure be nice if the Rangers can come up with some sort of turnover right now in their side of the field, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of turn the momentum of this game around.
Just a 26-yard punt, no return. Higgins takes the snap. Pressure a little bit. Now he's being chased. Gets rid of it. And a great catch. Out near midfield. A good job. And now still loose down the sideline. Finally he's out of bounds. It's Darian Gill, their starting tailback, has now been quite a pass catcher tonight as well.
He's coming out of the backfield. That's all he's doing. He goes one-on-one and works his way through that zone. And then Higgins has enough time by scrambling to just wait till he's open and he's delivering the ball.
Spot him out at the 47, first down for the Mavericks. An 18-yard gain on the play. Higgins again with the snap. Fakes the handoff. He hadn't handed it off yet. Now a late pitch goes down on the ground. It's picked up and carried out of bounds. That was a late pitch.
Yeah. I think Higgins really didn't know if he wanted to keep it or pitch it. He was kind of indecisive, and he finally pitched it at the end. It wasn't very clean. He was trying to hit Dean Moore as the H-back. And picked up a yard on that.
Still second and long. Well, now they give him 5 for it, so 2nd and 5. Now a tight formation by the Mavericks. This time they do hand it off. And a nice run. Good look like to be Gill. No, it's the backup. It's Hernandez, the young man who ran for a touchdown earlier. He gets up to the 39. That'll be close to a first down, but see where the sticks. Oh, they call a face mask penalty against the Rangers. So that'll make up for anything that wouldn't have been a first down. It's like 15 yards is being walked off, so they'll be inside the 25-yard line of the Rangers.
You know, from my angle, it looked like Nick Aiken did a nice job in his inside-out pursuit to make the tackle. I don't think he was the one being flagged for the face mask, though, but he did. He made a nice call. I mean, nice play.
And there's a dark spot here on the field. I think there's a bank of lights above us that's not on. What do you?
I think you're right. It's on our side.
It's on our side.
They're going to run the play.
Huh. Higgins takes the snap. He wants to run. He gets pushed. The ball's on the ground. The Rangers should have it. We'll see as they come up with it. But the Rangers say they have it, and they do indeed. The first turnover by the Mavericks turns it over on their 3rd drive, and the Rangers are in possession now at their own 28-yard line on a turnover by the Mavs.
That's what you needed by this defense. Backside pressure on Higgins, and he coughed it up. Now the Rangers have an opportunity to turn this momentum around.
So the Rangers now with 39 ticks left in the opening quarter have a chance to make something happen here positively on the offensive side. 1st and 10 from their own 28. The offense, which has moved the ball somewhat, now has to put a drive together. There's a handoff. I think it's Franco out past the 30, about to the 34. Nice scatter run. That's not. Who is that? Is that Frash?
No.
Is it Antoine Perkins, the junior backup? Perkins gets the run and picks up about 9 yards to the 34. Now here's Williams keeping it. Scrambles up the right side. He's got first down yardage across the 40 before he's dragged down by a couple of different Maverick defenders, including outside linebacker Anthony Cleaver.
Well, it looks like right now that the Rangers like to run to the right side, which is the strong side of their formation behind Copney and Brooks. And so far, they're doing a really good job.
All right. That's the end of the first quarter. It's the Mavericks 10, the Rangers nothing, but the Rangers on the move. Back after this timeout on the Rangers Network.
Sleep apnea, teeth grinding, daytime tiredness. It's time to solve the problem. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summerhill Dental are right here in the Spring Branch Bulverde community and can help you stop snoring without the use of loud, uncomfortable machines. Summerhill Dental is your partner in getting a better night's sleep tonight. Our appliances are a proven solution to stop snoring and sleep apnea. No CPAP, no surgery. Log on to summerhilldental.com or call Dr. Bayless today.
So the Rangers, the most recent recipient of a turnover, as the Mavs put it on the ground. It was Higgins that dropped it. The Rangers, after a first down run, have it 1st and 10 from their own 42. They're moving left to right now here in the second quarter, trailing 10-0. Williams hands it off again. This time the runner does a nice job of muscling his way through the crowd. That's Franco. Picks up a gain of 4 or 5 up to the 47.
Yeah. Right now, this is the recipe for the Rangers. It's just a consistent drive, picking up first downs, moving the chains, and putting some pressure on the Maverick defense and keeping your defense off the field.
And actually, the direct hands-offs that are quick to the line kind of neutralize their speed a little bit.
Exactly. Quick hits.
So Williams in the shotgun with 2 receivers either way. Wants to pass, keeps it himself. A direct run. He's got first down yardage inside Maverick territory to the 44 and shows a little attitude at the end of that one. But a first down run is a good job. Tackle on the play, looked like by Brandon Beefield.
You know, I want to give credit to Nick Aiken. I believe he was in there and on the lead block for Williams, and that was a key block because Williams was able to see enough daylight to get enough first down.
So the Rangers now 2 receivers right, or 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Williams fakes the handoff, wants to throw, looks for time, has a man over the middle, and he overthrows him. It was Chandler Cole, the junior receiver, who kind of broke beyond the 40, inside to about the 35, down the middle. And I think that Levi, jumping, lost his arm strength, but tried to float it to him, and it just went a little too far.
Well, he got pressure from the backside, too, and he wasn't able to really just set his feet and deliver a nice pass to Cole, because Cole dragging behind the linebacker. He was open, Tony. Levi wasn't able to get him the ball.
So 2nd and 10 from the 44. Williams, another keeper, straight up the middle, has about 5, gets spun around, then gets drove to the ground by someone in the secondary who then pushes him down. That was Higgins, the safety, who did the pushing at the end, but still a good run of about 5, call it 5 yards to the 38. It's 3rd down and 5 for the Rangers.
Again, if you'll notice, they're running to the right side of the formation. That's behind Brooks and Coatney with a lead blocker, Tony. They're doing a nice job up front.
Rangers get the play from the sideline update. Now Williams with a back either side of him. 2 receivers are to the left. Williams wants to throw, throws it wide and throws it badly. That one was danger from the start. Cason Wells, the intended receiver, but Levi led him when he shouldn't have because there was a blocker out in front of him. It goes incomplete. It's 4th and 5, and the Rangers may go for this one from the 38 of Madison.
You know, my creativity on that play wants me to think that was supposed to be a stop and go, because the way the receivers parted and the way the ball was actually thrown to, it was pressed up man to man, and all you have to do is beat that corner. And I'll guarantee you that's what the receiver was looking for.
All right. 4th and 5. The Rangers go for it. There's pressure up the middle. Williams throws. There's a bump on the receiver. I don't think there's anything called. But it is incomplete, and that turns the ball over on downs. That intended for Wells again on the far sideline. And it goes incomplete. The Mavericks will take over on downs.
Well, sure looked like it was a little defensive holding, but again, from our perspective, we're not down there in the field, so unfortunate for the Rangers.
So with 9:57 to go here in the 2nd quarter, the Mavericks will start 1st and 10 from their own 38. Higgins sends 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. He'll throw it quickly to the inside receiver, and a nice tackle. Great job by the corner over there. I believe that was Nick Aiken.
Yep.
So the Rangers do a nice job on the opening play of this drive.
Well, he lost
2nd down and 11.
Yeah, he lost a couple of yards on that play. That was a nice job by Aiken, reading that quickly and coming up and making the tackle.
Making the tackle, without a doubt. So the Mavericks send 2 receivers to the near side. They've got 1 on the far side. Hagan's got a couple of backs in the back with him. This time he fakes a pass to the outside. Now he's scrambling. He's got room up the middle. Somebody finally brings him down. It was Gibbons from behind, hitting him low early. Looked like Jackson Sinney, I think, got him low and got hit high by Gibbons on the chase. It's good enough for a 1st down as the Mavericks have the ball out to their 49.
Well, I thought Eggleston had a beat on Higgins in the backfield, and when he pump faked, Eggleston went up high and left his feet. Higgins just put the ball down and was able to scramble. That's the kind of athlete, though, Higgins is.
Without a doubt. This time he hands it off. Up the middle it goes. With some good blocking in front of him. Looks to be Hernandez again.
Yeah, up tempo now. They're trying to go as fast as they can.
Higgins takes the snap, wants to throw it wide to the left. That one's bobbled. It should be incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the Ranger 45.
3rd and 4 to 35. Who do you think is going to have the ball in his hand to run?
Higgins.
Okay.
Ball's actually at the 46, so it's 3rd and 5, but really anybody's guess, and most of them will guess number 1. Dante Higgins.
To run with the football.
2 receivers near side. Higgins fakes the handoff. This time he does hand it off. It is Hernandez, and he gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard falling forward, Down on the bottom of that pile, yeah, well, it's defensive end Tanner Hobeck.
Yep.
Who got him low and stopped him. So on 4th down, 4th and 4, the Mavericks going to go for it just like the Rangers did. Guess on Higgins again here. He's kind of deep. Is this maybe a pooch punt here?
No, I think he's going to pick his gap and try to run. No!
He does. He kicks it. No one is back for the Rangers, so we'll see how he gets a nice bounce, and it'll roll inside the 10, and they'll pin the Rangers back.
He's even a pretty good punter.
He is on that time. So the Mavericks lead at 10-0, 7:43 to go in the second quarter. We're back after this timeout on the Rangers Network.
When you're ready for a break, hurry in to Chicken Express. Let us do all the cooking for you. We always offer high-quality, affordable meals that the entire family will enjoy. Our chicken is never frozen and it's hand-battered fresh, so you can really taste the difference. You can expect fast and friendly service at Chicken Express, whether you dine in, drive through, or drive up. Hurry in and hurry back to Chicken Express.
Franco.
Back to Rangers Stadium. Franco takes the first carry. Gets a couple of yards up near the 10. Bring up a 2nd and 5 as the ball was spotted at the 5-yard line.
Not a time or a place to get fancy down here. Just try to run the football, get out of your back from your own end zone and pick up some momentum. Take some time off the clock.
So the Rangers bring 2 receivers to the right, 2 backs in the backfield with Levi. Handoff up the middle. Like a decent run. Gonna spot him out near the 13, a gain of about 3. It should be 3rd down and 2.
You got to pick this up, Tony. You've got to get a first down here.
Yes.
You cannot punt the ball at this point.
So what's your best run and play? You think they're going right? It's where they've been running, right? It's Williams. He's a keeper. Looks like he scrambled ahead. He'll fall ahead near the 20. That's a first down. The senior quarterback, who does run the ball well, gets another Ranger first down.
He was looking right, but it got bottled up, so he just cut back left. There was a little bit of a gap and enough for a first down for Levi Williams.
And it looked like Ferguson was in on the trip up.
Yeah.
Jamie Ferguson, they're everything defensive linebacker end. The best player on that defensive unit.
And it's interesting, they've got so much depth on the defensive line. They rotate players, so he's not in there all the time.
Williams, high snap, wants to throw. Left edge, bad throw, incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Austin Howell, I believe. 2nd down and 10.
Yes, Howell.
Rangers is trying to do something besides run the ball, but the passing game just hasn't been in sync, and that's part of a 2-week layoff.
It really is, because, I'm reflecting back on the middle of the league game. That first half was just, there was no productivity with the offense. Second half, there's a lot of productivity, but it was all Levi Williams. So we're kind of getting a snapshot of the same thing here, start of this game.
Williams with a back to either side. Now has motion going to the left. Hands it off. And the running back is tackled after a short gain, about 2. It should be 3rd down and probably about 8 to go.
That's tough running right there, because Riley was right in the hole, and of course Reyes, the defensive tackle, number 94, he was involved with that too. There wasn't a whole lot there.
So the short gain brings up 3rd, and I'd say about 7. 23. Williams sends 3 receivers to the right. Now motion from Frash. They fake it to him. Williams wants to run. Has some pressure. Spins away from it. Now throws it up. He's got a man. It's Howell, but the ball sails over his head. Levi just fighting for his life to be able to get rid of the ball, as he had all kinds of pressure. Saw Howell up the right sideline. Did a nice job of getting the ball up in the air. Howell just wasn't able to catch up to it.
It was motion back across the formation to try to fool the defense and bootleg back. Howell was dragging across the linebacker, across the middle of the field, wide open. Unfortunately, Ferguson was putting so much pressure on Williams, he could never get stable where he could deliver a good pass to Howell. And that's that kind of disruptive kind of play that Ferguson's known for, and that's what makes the Mavericks defense so effective.
Rangers call a timeout as Gilliam was getting ready to punt. Not real sure what Coach Hill saw. Gilliam will punt after a short punt his first time out. Averaged almost 37 yards a punt in 7 punts in the opener, but had one less than 30 in this last time out. Again, the win is non-existent.
You know, it's got to be kind of tough right now for Coach Hill. You're trying to get your offense, get something going, and you do. You make a couple, 2 or 3 first downs, but no points out of it, and you end up punting the football. They just can't ever finish a drive off at this point.
Finish, that's a big word. And right now the Rangers haven't been. Gilliam's kick is not a good one again. Kind of wobbly towards the near sideline. Might get 30 yards out of it. No return, and Mavericks will start 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe.
That's not where you want to put your defense against this kind of explosive offense right at the 50-yard line marker, but that's kind of what's been happening all game long.
Yeah, the Rangers have not won the field position battle at all tonight. With 5:32 to go in the second quarter, maybe a forced turnover here would turn the tide a little bit. Mavericks with Higgins. Motion going right. Higgins hands it off the middle. Looked like Hernandez again. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, falls ahead for a yard.
Yeah, that time it was Gibbons. And then on that tackle, nice job of really stuffing his man, keeping his gap integrity, and then coming off the block and making the tackle at time for only a 1-yard gain. Nice job.
Important 2nd and 9, according to the Mavericks coaches, as they're taking some time, slowing this one down a little bit, signaling in the play from the sideline for Higgins. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Higgins hands it off again. This is Hernandez on a little trap play. He gets some room up past the 45, falls ahead to the 41. That'll bring up a 3rd and short, a 3rd and about a yard, and this time they want to hurry.
Up tempo, they're trying to catch the defense of the Rangers off guard.
Higgins up under center, will sneak it. The surge of the offensive line is enough for a first down. First time any quarterback's gone under center tonight, and that one's good for a first down.
You know, there's really not a whole lot you can do with a quarterback sneak, honestly. There really isn't. If you're lacking a yard, you're just going to get it. There's just no way of stopping it. So far, Madison's been able to do whatever they want to on offense, and it just keeps humming.
Motion again. This time they throw it on a little wide receiver screen. A good pass and catch. There's a flag on the far sideline as well.
They may call a chop block, an illegal chop block, this time by Darian Gill, who was in motion across the formation and was the lead blocker that time on that quick screen. And I think it was a downhill chop blocker, and that might, I think that might be the call here. Referees are huddled up right around the 30-yard line.
They're going to wave it off.
Waving it off.
So the pass and catch goes all the way to the Rangers' 25-yard line. Don't really know why the flag was waved off other than they got together and decided not to call it.
Yeah.
Clock rolls, under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The Mavericks up 10-0. 2 early Smithson Valley fumbles resulted in those 10 points. Higgins, high snap, gives it to Hernandez. Squirts out to the left, but the Rangers are there, and he'll actually lose about a yard. So it'll be second down and perhaps 11 or 12.
Good, tough defense that time by the entire defensive line and linebackers for the Rangers. Of course, there was nothing fancy about that play, just a simple zone read handoff to Hernandez, but still, you like to see your front four do the job.
Indeed. So it is second and 12 from the 27. Higgins with two receivers either way. Wants to throw. It's a screen. It's out to Hernandez on the right side. He's got some blockers in front of him. Squirts ahead inside the 20. Won't be enough for a first down, I don't believe, but a good gain as Hernandez sneaked out on really what kind of a screen pass situation is to let the left side of the defensive line come in.
And it's interesting. You've got a 260-pound lineman all the way out there in that screen to lead block on it. That's how well that was executed.
You mean Diego Mexicano?
Yes, sir.
That was him.
You were waiting to be able to say that name.
The 260-pound senior did a good job. Here now, tight formation for the Mavericks. Higgins wants to throw. He gets sacked. Well, his bottom's on the ground. He's down, folks.
I was aching again.
There is a loss on the play. They'll mark him back to the 27, where it'll be 4th down and 10 for the Mavericks, and we'll see if they'll come in and try to kick a field goal, and that looks like what they're going to try to do.
Tony, that time the Mavericks were going for pay dirt. Higgins had a wide open receiver in the corner of the end zone. He just had Akins all over. He couldn't get his feet planted to be able to make the throw.
So the Rangers blitz at just the right time. This looks to be about a 45-yard field goal try by Graham Torres. The snap is good. The hold is down. The kick looks low, and I don't think it's anywhere near the goalpost. It is no good, but they called a timeout first. Is that the signal?
They did.
So the kick doesn't matter. It's a timeout on the field as the Mavericks, we'll keep it here, the Mavericks are going to try for about a 45-yard field goal. Torres, who in warm-ups made one from 32 and 37, but the one from 42, while it might have gone through, was barely over the top of the goalpost, and really a low kick that could be blocked.
Exactly. That was what I was going to say. He hits it so low that it's easy to block when you're beyond 30 yards, it looked like in warm-up. So for Torres, this may be a little bit of a stretch for him, and maybe the coach realized, hey, just go ahead and call timeout. Let's talk it over again and see if we really want to do this. Because all you need is one field goal block. The Rangers pick it up, take it in, and momentum changes right before the half.
So 1:42 to go in the second quarter. It's 10-0, Madison on top. They wouldn't fake it, would they?
I wouldn't keep it past him.
Torres. The snap, the hold, the kick looked low. And it is no good.
No good.
So with 1:39 to go in the opening half, the Rangers will take over from that should be the 27-yard line, their own 27-yard line, where they'll have 1st and 10. Again, with about 99 seconds to go. Time to put in that 2-minute offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And Levi Williams is really good at this. And you are one play away of being right back in this ball game. 10-7 going into halftime. What a game changer when it looked like the whole half has been all for the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. Mavericks send 3 receivers to the right. The tight end is to the right. The lone setback is next to Levi Williams. High snap. Levi's going to run it. And he runs it right into white jerseys.
Yeah.
Blocking it opened up a hole on the right side, but he kind of went to the middle instead of veering off, and it really didn't matter. A short gain of about a yard at 2nd down and 9. The Rangers right back up at it. 1:20 to go. Takes the snap. Pressure from the outside. Throws it to the outside. Good catch up to the 36-yard line. Just short. That's Rivera. Just short of a first down by about a yard. It should be 3rd and 1 as the clock goes under 1:10. The Rangers right back to the line of scrimmage. Williams takes the snap. Throws it wide. Catch made. 1st down. Near the 45-yard line, the Rangers will have it. A good stop on the play. The catch by Howell, the tight end. Jordan Mason, one of the corners, made the play. So the Rangers right back as we go under a minute to go. Levi Williams looking long, has a man, overthrows him. And again, this end of the field is dark. On our side of the field, the press box side, I don't know because we can't see it above it, but I bet part of the lights on our side of the field are out because
it catches shadow. You can't see.
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah.
To us at least, and I'm sure down there, well, the people down there have to think it's dark because they're sitting in darkness. 53 seconds to go. It's 2nd and 10.
You know, guess who got it in Williams back and that last play was Ferguson. So he was the one who put the pressure on where Williams wasn't able to really make a good pass, a good throw on that last pass.
Williams has some room to run, finally throws it late, and it's dropped. It was intended for Rivera, and a good contact by Jordan Mason. Knocked the ball loose. It's 3rd and 10 with 46 seconds to go. But again, we're near midfield.
Boy, to come away with any points at all would be good at this point. Even 3 points.
Rangers had an illegal man downfield, an eligible man downfield on that play. Well, Levi looked like he was going to run. So is that a loss of 10?
Yep. Man, that hurts.
5 yards and the loss of down.
Loss of down. 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15 from the 40 of the Rangers. Levi Williams and company have a big first down to gain here. Snap, throw, out to the edge. It's Howell, and it goes over his head and through his hands.
Well, Levi had to get rid of the ball pretty quick, too, because Jamie Ferguson was coming in hard and leaping high. So the ball was going to be delivered high, and sure enough, it was over the receiver.
Rangers are going to go for it on 4th. Well, maybe they didn't lose down. Maybe it's still 3rd and 15. Maybe it wasn't a loss of down.
The scoreboard said 3rd down.
It did.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't. Or now it still says 3rd down. So it is 3rd down. 2 receivers either way for Levi Williams. Snap goes over his head. Bounces right to him, though. Regains possession. Throws it ahead, intended for Frash, and he won't be able to hang on to it. Good contact by one of their linebackers. That's Bielfield.
That's probably a good thing, too, that he didn't catch it. That way you get the ball back at the original line of scrimmage and way back where the ball was.
So the Rangers will punt with 35 seconds to go on 4th down. 10-0 Mavericks lead. They scored on their first 2 possessions after Ranger turnovers. Gilliam, soccer-style kick. This one low. Gets a good bounce, though. Fielded and fumbled. Oh. Did the Rangers get to it? No, I think the Maverick got it.
Well, that was their opportunity right there.
That is Gill, the junior running back, who fielded it, fumbled it, and then got back on top of it in a hurry. The Rangers will go on defense. The Mavericks will have the ball at their own 26-yard line.
No, that's really fortunate for Gill to be able to get his own fumble back right there, because right now at the 25, you're already in field goal range for the Rangers.
Right. So 25 ticks to go. First half. Mavericks up 10-0. Higgins will keep it coming left. Runs into some interior linemen and a linebacker. Trey Witcher got him good. A gain of about a yard.
Yeah.
2nd down and 9, and the clock continues to run. It'll be the last play of the half, I believe, because they're now running to the sideline. So it is a 10-0 Maverick lead at the half. The Rangers have some work to do. Again, the offensive unit had some momentum, but not enough to finish anything.
Well, 2 turnovers kind of hurt those momentum, those drives where they were getting some offensive productivity. 2 turnovers kind of stifled that, where they could have put some points on the board. But again, with all that being said, you're down by 10, and in this game, that's 2 plays. That's easy 2 plays, and so I know right now we're probably thinking about this has all been all Mavericks the first half, and they have been playing. Made some good plays, but a little bit of self-destruction, 2 penalties, 2 turnovers has really cost the Rangers the first half.
10-0 Mavericks lead as we go into halftime. We'll have senior moments, and you'll get a chance to listen to the Ranger Band as well. So stay with us here on the Ranger Network.
Okay, take a look here. You know, these pearly whites, they're just not right. So you got this guy here, and boom, you move it over here. And don't forget this guy here. You shove it over here. After Ferris Orthodontics get a hold of these teeth, bam! It's like magic for your teeth. So the thing is, when teeth are lined up, you get a good smile. And it was Ferris Orthodontics that did that right there.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe. A place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once. Or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
We're back to Rangers Stadium where the Rangers trail the Mavericks of Madison 10-0 at the half. Again, Jeff, 2 early turnovers give them a field goal and then a 35-yard touchdown run by Hernandez. And that's been all the scoring, and that all happened in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter. And for the next 18 minutes, no one scored. No one really even sniffed the end zone.
No, they didn't. It's kind of been back and forth playing field position like a chess match. Two big plays basically for the Mavericks have put them in the pay dirt with 10 points, like you alluded to. For Smithson Valley, the Rangers, you got to look at their defense. Has played fairly well against a very dynamic quarterback. They could probably button up some of the things, some of the loose ends. I'm sure they'll make some adjustments at halftime. But all in all, you're down 10 points when it all looked pretty bleak the first half. Those 2 turnovers, though, really cost the offense. And what I see right now, from my perspective, if the offense can just get in the pay dirt, put some points on the board, consistently move the chains, don't turn the ball over, the defense will rise a bit. They'll put themselves in a position in the fourth quarter maybe to win this game.
And it is 10-0 Madison at the half. We're going to turn it over to Senior Moments right now in Emily.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Brant. Boys?
We know. We have to text our moms.
So I'm here with Mark and Nick and John. And John, let me ask you a question. If you had to communicate with an Etch-a-Sketch or a Light Bright for the rest of your life, which would you prefer?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would say a Light Bright.
Light Bright?
Yes.
Why a Light Bright?
Well, actually, I don't even know the two.
You don't know what a Light Bright is?
No.
You put the little pegs in and it lights up in the little holes. And then the Etch-a-Sketch is the red tablet that you have to do the little knobs on.
Oh, then the Light Bright would be much easier.
Much easier. Have y'all ever used an Etch-a-Sketch?
No.
That thing is like impossible. I used to sit for hours and just try to write my name. There's like no way. I don't even know. I don't know who can actually run one of those. I'd like to see it though.
I would too.
So Mark, if I handed you a whole lot of cash to start up a business, what business would you start up?
Probably like a restaurant.
A restaurant?
My mom's she's a cook, so she knows how to do that.
Oh, so she could teach you some tricks. Yeah. What does she like to cook the most?
I don't even know. She just cooks everything.
Yeah? What's your favorite thing she cooks?
Probably chorizo and papa.
Oh, what is that?
It's potatoes with chorizo or meat.
Okay, taco. Yeah. Well, I may come to your house. That sounds pretty good. Nick, do you think your dad, would you call him cool?
Yeah.
Yeah? I think your dad's pretty cool. What's the coolest thing your dad does?
I'm not very sure.
Does he listen to cool music?
We listen to music that I like, so we always jam out and come in practice and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty good. What kind of music is that?
Country, some rap.
Okay.
Pop music.
Can you sing your rap song? No? John, what is the funniest prank you have played on someone?
Well, there's a bunch of them.
Oh, are you a prankster?
I wouldn't say I was a prankster, but there's quite a few I've done where I've been pranked on very bad.
What's the worst prank you've done?
That I've done, I would say I grabbed all my family members' phones and changed all their passcodes. And so whenever the phone rang, they couldn't answer because they had passcodes on them.
That's pretty good. I bet they were mad.
They were.
What's the worst prank that's been played on you?
I would say the one where I was in bed and my cousin wakes me up in the middle of the night and says that there's a fire in the house, and he put like smoke everywhere into my room.
Oh no!
And so I ran out of the house into the front yard, and it was dark, and I didn't even notice any fire, and I was like, wow, I've been just pranked.
That is awful. Did you get him back?
No.
No, you let it ride?
Yes, I did.
The one I used to do to my mom all the time was I would, you know the little faucet on your kitchen sink that you spray it with? Yeah. I would take a rubber band and wrap it around so when she would turn on the water, the nozzle would just squirt her. I could hear her screaming all across the house. It worked every time. So Mark, if you had to label yourself as a hunter or a gatherer, which would you be?
I'm a hunter.
You're a hunter? Yeah. Do you hunt?
No.
No?
We have before, maybe like once, but not like often.
But for sure you're not a gatherer?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do gatherers do?
Gather materials.
Yeah. And you see yourself more as the hunter. All right. They gather. Silly. So Nick, I'm interviewing you for a job that you have absolutely no idea what to do. How would you convince me to hire you?
I'm a really hard worker, and I'm dedicated to whatever you put me to this.
How would you convince me that you knew how to do something you had no idea how to do?
Honestly, I don't know.
You don't know? Is it like whining and begging, like you just got to give me a chance, man, I can learn anything? Or is it like you just try to fake your way through and play it cool?
Play it cool.
Play it cool. John, what is something you just don't understand about your parents?
I would say when they talk too much to me and then they configure with each other, and then one's supposed to come to me and the other one's supposed to come to them. Or when it comes to doing something, one tells me to do the other and I have to do the other, and I just get mushed up together with what I have to do, and then I don't know what I'm doing now.
So like your dad says, hey, go take out the trash, and your mom like 2 seconds later says, I need you to wash the dishes?
Something like that. Like one would say, go mow the lawn, while the other one would say, come help me clean the garage, and you're just like, which one do I do first? So
if you have to listen to someone, who wears the pants in the house?
My mom.
Your mom?
For sure.
For sure. That seems like y'all all agree to that.
Yes.
Mark, there's one appliance in your house that you could keep that you just cannot live without. What appliance is that?
The fridge.
The refrigerator?
Yeah.
So you can just go serve yourself cold, edible right away. Lunchables, things you can just grab. Yeah. What about a TV?
I don't watch it a lot.
Oh, okay, there you go. You read?
When I feel like it.
When you feel like it. What do you read?
I don't know. Not a lot. I mean, I bought a Pearl Harbor book at a estate sale.
Okay.
So I started reading that a little bit.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So Nick, if you could outlaw one vegetable, what vegetable would you get rid of?
Squash.
Squash? You're not a squash fan?
No.
Does your mom make you eat your vegetables?
Yes.
She does? What does she usually fix you?
Green beans or peas.
And you can eat peas? Oh, see, those would be gone. I hate peas. Y'all like peas?
Yeah, not really.
Sometimes. Yeah, peas have got to go. Really anything green kind of stays off my plate. I tend to like tan and yellow carby foods. That's kind of what I like. Mark, what would you say the hardest thing about growing up is?
Not messing up. What my parents would get mad at me.
Not what?
Not messing up.
Oh, not messing up? Yeah. What did they consider messing up?
whenever they'd give me multiple chores and I forget that one chore.
Oh, yeah. So you don't like to mess up. You like your parents to.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Well, that's a good boy. That's good. All right, boys. Ranger trivia time. Who co-hosts with Larry Hill on Inside Rangers Football?
His name is Brant Freeman.
Brant Freeman. Good job, Mark. Awesome. You win an autographed football from Coach Larry Hill. You impressed with my throw? That was left-handed, too. Hey, guys. Do you have a song for me?
Oh yeah, we got this. Ready?
Wait, we gotta do it again. M-I-C-K-E-Y M-O-U-S-E. What does a nosy pepper do? It gets all up in your business. What do you call a broken pencil? Pointless. Pointless. Why was the broom always late? Because it overswept. Stupid. I didn't even know it. I have a Mickey Mouse joke. Why did Mickey Mouse fly to space? To find Pluto.
Dog.
You know his best friend dog, Pluto.
I'll find Pluto too.
So funny. Well, guys, it's been a real party having y'all in here today. Coach Brant, back to you.
Go Rangers.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Comal ISD. The Comal Independent School District is a fast-growing and innovative district with more than 23,000 students. Families are attracted to Comal ISD because of its family values, neighborhood schools, and safe environments. Come to Comal ISD. And Chicken Express, home of world-famous chicken tenders and legendary Chicken E sweet tea. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express. And Physicians Premier. Our conveniently located freestanding ERs are fully equipped and expertly staffed so you get the best care closest to home. At Physicians Premier, you'll find faster service, friendly doctors, and a comfortable level like no other. And Texas Regional Bank. Buying or building a home? We have construction and mortgage loans to help. For all your personal or business banking needs, Texas Regional Bank. The people you know. And Texas 46, a home-style hill country restaurant, has been in the Spring Branch community for over 30 years where the focus is on a Lone Star favorite, slow-cooked barbecue. We can cater or host your next large event, too. Welcome to Texas 46.
With GVTC Connect Home, I can get 24-hour-a-day security monitoring and even get alerts on my phone while I'm on the field at practice. I can lock and unlock my doors, arm and disarm the system remotely, and even see who's on my front porch right here on my smartphone. Coach, wipe your feet.
Let GVTC give you peace of mind when you're not at home. Sign up for GVTC Connect Home today.
I've been an HEB truck driver for over 40 years and driven more than 3 million miles. I've seen a lot of wide open spaces and beautiful Texas places. It's the best job ever. All 700 of our friendly truck drivers are committed to getting fresh products to the store every single day. In fact, HEB drivers make more than 12,000 deliveries every week because Texas families need us, so we always deliver. This is the Delivered Fresh department at HEB. No store does more than my HEB.
Since I've had GVTC installed in my office, I've been able to get a lot more done. With fiber speeds up to a gig a second, I can turn in all my schoolwork on time, keep up on social media, and watch game film with no interruptions.
Whoa, we haven't even played that game yet.
Yeah, it's that fast.
Enjoy uninterrupted entertainment with your favorite apps through our professionally installed GVTC Wi-Fi home network. Log on to gvtc.com to sign up today.
Principal Wall. Do I need to make an appointment with you at Dr. Bayless at Snoring Solutions so you can get a better night's sleep?
Yes.
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 Dr. Bayless and Snoring Solutions can help you get a good night's sleep without the use of CPAP machines or surgery. Visit Snoring Solutions today.
Smoky Mo's is great. You can feed a whole bunch of people on a little bit of money. It's perfect for Friday nights.
My boy's a football player, and this fills him up. The brisket is awesome.
I like brisket and sweet. Brisket. I can say it.
They have the best turkey, brisket, sausage in all of Comal County.
I agree, and the kids love it too.
You're never going to play offensive line for the Rangers eating salad. Come get some beef.
Get your guns up.
Go Rangers!
We've got spirit. Yeah, we do. Fill up your tank and support the Rangers, too. When you get gas, look for the Rangers Spirit Pump because Pit Stop and Fishers are donating a percentage of sales from that pump to the Smithson Valley Athletic Booster to support our student athletes. Get gas here and fill up the Booster Club's bank. Here's where you can find your spirit pumps. When you see it, pull up and fill up, Rangers.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
We're back to Rangers Stadium. We're at halftime where the Mavericks of Madison High School lead your Smithson Valley Rangers 10-0. A couple of early turnovers by the Rangers allowed the Mavericks to get on the board with a field goal and a 35-yard touchdown run. And that really was the whole offense, and that happened in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter. Since then, both teams kind of jockeyed for field position, but no one got near the end zone, and we are at halftime with the Mavericks leading it 10-0. So as we get ready for the second half, and we still have a ways to go before that, is it's homecoming, and we're going through the I think we're just about done with all the announcements of those.
We don't have any updated scores right now, Tony. That's what I'm looking at.
We're trying to look for updated scores, so if you know any, you can text me if you have my number, and I will listen. It is an eventful night for Smithson Valley, who hasn't played in 2 weeks because of the game canceled last week up in Pflugerville by lightning. So the Rangers, who dropped their opener to Midland Lee 24-23, trying to get back into action with a win tonight against a non-district foe in Madison. And again, we told you this is a series that the Rangers have owned 10-3 over 13 previous meetings, but tonight the Mavericks seem to have an early edge.
Yeah, you know, when you think about what Coach Hill was talking about in his weekly show, and that is he really doesn't know exactly where his team is at this point. They played one full game against Midland Lee, but that was 2 weeks ago. For all practical purposes, they were ready to take on Pflugerville Hendrickson, and with the cancellation because of lightning, it's really put you back. My understanding is they did have a scrimmage, but, you know, you can't scrimmage, and it's just not the same of playing someone live, full game speed. And so you really missed that opportunity. So if I was Coach Hill, you know, I think, you know, there are times we ran the ball, times we moved the football, times we self-destructed. And so we need to clean up a couple of the penalties, such as face mask, that really put the defense in harm's way because it gave the Mavericks a first down. Those kind of things, you clean up that a little bit, guys, you're just two plays away from getting back in this game and maybe even winning a game. So put yourself in position in the fourth quarter to win the football game.
So we're still at halftime. It's 10-0 Madison. We'll take another timeout and come back and talk more after this timeout on the Rangers Network.
Our
Our family at Summer Hill Dental is part of the community, and we've either been Rangers, are Rangers, or soon will be. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summer Hill Dental have been taking care of Ranger smiles for over a decade because we are your Smithson Valley dentist.
Let's go. Hurry up. Get the play in.
Okay, here we go. Left retainer. Headgear. No popcorn. Straight teeth.
That's a good call. Headgear? Straight teeth?
Yeah.
Good call. What's going on here? I thought I left you in charge. It was a good call.
It was a great call. A really good call.
Okay. Run the play.
Snoring, sleep apnea, teeth grinding, daytime tiredness. It's time to solve the problem. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summer Hill Dental are right here in the Spring Branch Bulverde community and can help you stop snoring without the use of loud, uncomfortable machines. Summer Hill Dental is your partner in getting a better night's sleep tonight. Our appliances are a proven solution to stop snoring and sleep apnea. No CPAP, no surgery. Log on to summerhilldental.com or call Dr. Bayless.
You're ready for a break? Hurry in to Chicken Express. Let us do all the cooking for you. We always offer high-quality, affordable meals that the entire family will enjoy. Our chicken is never frozen and is hand-battered fresh so you can really taste the difference. You can expect fast and friendly service at Chicken Express, whether you dine in, drive through, or drive up. Hurry in and hurry back to Chicken Express.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
We're back at Rangers Stadium. Smithson Valley trails Madison 10-0. We're at the half, and Jeff has some scores from around the area.
Well, just a few scores that might be of interest to our listeners. It would be New Braunfels Canyon 20, Dripping Springs 21, and that's at the halftime. That's a good game right there. We also have Alamo Heights 28, East Central 20 in the second quarter. Steele is up on Winston Churchill 23-0 at the halftime, and one that even caught your attention was Reagan 14, Clemens 14 in the second quarter. So just a few scores that might be of interest to some of our listeners out there.
Also in the district, New Braunfels playing Johnson. New Braunfels down 14-10.
That's at halftime. Yeah. So that's good stuff. I mean, we have a few more. If you're interested in some of the north side schools, we have John Jay against Brennan. Brennan's up 14-6 over John Jay at halftime. Also at halftime, Clark is 14, Taft 7. If you're up in the hill country, you like to think about Kerrville. We got Kerrville 14, Del Rio 7. That's in the second quarter. We also have Lanier, versus Memorial. Memorial's up on Lanier, 21-0 at halftime. Another one, Marble Falls 28, Navarro 12. That's also probably at halftime at this point. Canyon Lake 13, Wimberley 7, second quarter. That's a good game. And in the first quarter, Bernie, the Greyhounds 14, Holy Cross 7, and that's in the first quarter. Let's see here. St. Anthony 7, Bandera 28. And let's see, let's pick one more here. Let's go with San Antonio Cornerstone and Bernie. Well, they're not playing right now. Just saw that.
All right.
So just a few scores.
We're about ready for the start of the second half. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the second half kickoff. Stay with us on the Rangers Network.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
We're back at Rangers Stadium, and both teams are back out. The clock running down. Should have a 12-minute spot put up on it soon, shortly. Both in the same sentence. That's schnoonlortly. But just another new word here.
Two words into one. Unfortunately, I do that too many times myself.
Mason Reed will get ready to kick it off as our officials seem to be ready. Now the Mavericks coming out for kickoff receiving. Kickoff return. Mason Reed will do his best to kick it through the end zone.
The Mavericks have dark numbers on their jersey, so I can't
figure
out if it's a
bank
6
of lights
or
is
8.
out. It's dark.
Yeah.
The bank of lights is out. You can tell by the cameras down on that end zone. Reed's kick, end over end kick, will sail into the end zone. There will be no kickoff return, so the Mavericks will start 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Not only can we not see that end zone, that part of the field in the end zone because of the lights are out, but these tubas, they hoist their tubas above their head and sitting there trying to dodge the tubas.
So the Mavericks, go ahead.
I was just going to say the Mavericks have a 1st and 10 at the 25 on the near hash mark. So here we go, second half.
Mavericks will send 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Higgins waits for the snap with a lone setback to his right. Now motion, and they'll give it to the receiver in motion.
Nice play.
And defense did a good job of being there and shut it down for little or no gain.
Yeah, that was Jalen Nutt coming up from his corner position, did a nice job on that little reverse for no gain. That's a good way to start the first half, or second half. The loss of 3 yards.
So the Ranger defense will try to set the tone for the start of this one with a good stop on 1st down. 2 receivers either way. Higgins wants to throw out to the edge. It's Gill, has a short catch. Nice job as the defenders chase him down about the 30-yard line. A couple of good jobs by Nutt and also by Sill making the tackle. A short gain up to 29. It's now 3rd down and 6.
Almost a repeat of the first 10 plays. So far, the first 2 plays look very familiar. This is how they started the game off. They may just take the same script, Tony, and just do the same thing in the second half.
What's this play then? Throw to the right?
No, Higgins keeps it.
Okay. Takes the snap. He wants to throw out to the edge. Completion. Nice pass and catch. That's Kyle. And he'll have a 1st down out beyond the 35 to the 37-yard line before he's brought down. Coleman'sberger among those that brought him down.
Yeah, that's Jalen Nutt, too, on the corner. One-on-one that time with the receiver, and he gave it a little bit too much cushion, and I think Higgins just saw that. It's easier. It's almost like that RPO. Read the matchup. He gets the football, and he hits his receiver who he likes to match up with.
So the Mavericks get an initial first down on this third quarter drive. They lead it 10-0. 10:20 to go in the third quarter. Higgins hands it off. This is Hernandez. Spins off a defender and leans forward across the 40 to the 43. Actually mark him down at the 42. But a nice looking run by the senior running back, listed as the backup, but he's getting most of the carries tonight.
He's listed as a backup. He's not very big either. He's only, 5'10", 170, 75 pounds, but he sure runs awful hard. He runs like he's 200 pounds.
Two receivers right, one to the left. Higgins has a pair of backs to his right. He wants to throw a little up and out.
Yeah.
It's covered well. Now pressure on Higgins. Throws it to the right and throws it short. Intended for Gill, but incomplete. It's 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, that time Higgins had number 99 Trey Moore and also 31 Tanner Hobeck all over him, so he really couldn't hit what he wanted to out and up down here on the short side of the field, so he's tried to scramble and almost got sacked. Was able to try to attempt to throw the ball, but kind of hit the turf before it hit the receiver.
Good job by Nutt on coverage that time. Higgins now 3rd and 5. He wants to throw it, has a man in the flat. It's Gill. It's a pass and catch. Good tackle brings him down, but still enough for a first down as Gill just does a little out route out of the inside receiver slot.
Well, the wide receiver goes up, down the field. The inside receiver goes out. The corners are given so much cushion, it's easy to make the pass and catch.
First down from the 48. Gill with two receivers either way. Now motion from one of them. Higgins has the ball, wants to throw, now scrambles, has some room, coming left, gets a block, gets across the 50, now the 40, runs out of bounds before the Rangers could hit him. Across the 40 at the 38.
Stuck a flag down.
And there is a flag on the play.
Might be on Gill coming back and cracking
blocking
back.
The back.
Yeah, blocking the back. What?
Did you think it was?
I thought it was a pretty good block.
I did too.
I'm sorry. Yeah, look, it was close. I'll say it was close, but it looked like a good block. But you know what? We're not down there in the field. We got this shadow, so maybe we're not seeing things clearly from up here at the top of the stands. But nevertheless, it was called as blocking the back, and it pushes the Mavericks back a little bit, which is good for them. For Smithson Valley Rangers, they need a little bit of momentum breaker here.
So it is a first down, but now it's first down and 15. They're at the 43. Looks to be what it is. Higgins with two receivers either way. One of them started early. No flag, though. Throws it out, and a catch. It's Gill again. Dragged out of bounds by Sill, but not until he crosses midfield up to the 41, and that'll be another first down.
That's the same formation and same passing route combination for the last first down, with a wide receiver, number 1 receiver, number 10 this time was Michael Garza, goes straight down the field, and the inside slot receiver goes 10 and out, and it's wide open because there's so much coverage, so much cushion, because the Rangers are constantly in zone defense on the outside.
Higgins again takes the snap, hands it off. It's Hernandez, bounces off one defender, but then gets wrapped up as he crosses the 40-yard line. So give him a gain of a couple. It'll be second down, probably 7, as they'll mark it just across the 40 at the 39.
Nice play by Corey McElroy that time. He's a senior, getting a little bit more playing time at outside linebacker, stepped up and they made a nice play, making the tackle.
Actually spotted at the 40 for a 2nd and 9. Two receivers right, one to the left. Pressure now from one of the corners.
And press, there you go.
Higgins wants to keep it, he does. Gets outside containment, then gets wrapped up as he crosses the 30. I think it was Senny who put him down.
Well, that's a good example, though, Tony, how you have to keep containment. Kolensberger had an opportunity to contain him, and that's just Higgins and his athleticism just getting around that.
He is something else. Quick of feet for sure. 1st and 10 now from the Ranger 29. Mavericks very methodical on this drive. They've eaten up almost 5 minutes of the third quarter clock And they're in Ranger territory at the 29 now with a first down. 2 receivers either way. He's going to throw it out in the flat again to Gill. This time he's tackled. That is Nick Aiken. I don't think there's any gain at all. It'll be second down and 10.
Nick Aiken was one-on-one with number 10 guards on the outside, but when he read that quick pass to the receiver, he came up and made a nice play for no gain. Good job.
Nick Aiken, who was a running back last year as a junior, this year made the move to defense, and he is impressing here tonight. Made some really good plays.
He is.
They'll bring the right side receiver in tight, 2 wide to the left. Ranger defense makes some moves, and everybody sets. Play clock at 5, now rolling. Higgins claps, gets the ball, gives it to Hernandez up the middle. And the defensive line, Witcher has him wrapped up, brings him down after a short gain.
It'd sure be nice if the Rangers could be able, their defense is able to rise up here, keep them out of the end zone, force them to have to try to make another long field goal, which they, I don't think the coaches on the opposite side of the field are real confident in their field goal kicker. So I think this would be a good opportunity if they could hold them on this third down.
This is a big play for the Rangers. Midway point of the third quarter. It is 3rd and 10 from the Ranger 29. The Mavericks send 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to either side. Higgins, straight drop back, has pressure, wants to throw it. It's short, it's incomplete, and it's 4th down. Good job. Coleman'sberger, and I can't see the other number right now. It is it Deerdorf?
I think it was.
So 2 Rangers got in there in a hurry, and Higgins, who wanted to throw it out to the flat, didn't really have a lot of room to gain, but it's 4th and 10, and they're going to go for it from the Ranger 29.
Again, they're out of field goal range, so you have to go for it.
Higgins, straight drop, has pressure. It's Gibbons on the run. He throws it against his body. It'll go incomplete, out of bounds, and the Rangers turn him over on downs again.
Great defensive stand this time, where the Mavericks were running the football, gaining some real estate, but able to rise up and get them 4th downs out with some decent field position too.
So the Rangers take over from their own 29, 1st and 10. The offensive unit now has to take that momentum and put together a drive. It's their first possession of the third quarter with 5:47 to go. So a good job of Madison of chewing up 6 minutes of clock.
Well, again, it's still considered a tight game, Tony. I mean, you're only 2 plays away from taking the lead.
Levi Williams hands it off, and there's no room. Penetration that time by the defensive line. And that is Andrade, who's made a couple of plays tonight. This time he stuffs the run. A loss of 1. It's 2nd down and 11.
Well, again, trying to run on that right side. The first half, where the Rangers were able to get some yardage is on the right side of the offensive line, and that time it just didn't work.
Williams has receivers 2 split either way. Andrade jumped over, but he got back. Rangers didn't snap it. They would have got a free 5. Williams takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it to the edge. It's a completed ball. That's Kuykendall across the 35 to the 39. That should be close to a first down. We'll see if they give it to him.
That was a real good block that time by the outside receiver for Smithson Valley Rangers. That's number 15, Eric Tisman. It was his block that really sprung him up out there in the open.
Rangers do get a first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Now 2 receivers come to the right. 1 to the left. Williams fakes a handoff, has a man, and boy, kind of threw it in between them. It was Gilliam going long, and I think it's Rivera on the shorter route, and he kind of threw it between them.
Between them, yeah. I don't know if it was the miscommunication of the receivers or from Levi not knowing. I don't know. That's a good question.
So the clock stops with the incomplete pass. It's 2nd and 10, 4:45 to go. Third quarter action from Ranger Stadium. It's 10-0 Mavericks on top. Madison leading after 2 early scores. Here's Williams on a keeper, not much room. Then he backs up and goes again, tries again, and he'll get wrestled down after a short gain. Maybe give him a couple up to the 43. Gain of 4 makes it 3rd down and 6.
Well, it took 9 Madison Maverick defenders to finally bring him down. He was giving all he could have. I noticed, though, the ball was getting away from his body a little bit, Tony, and probably Levi needs to be able to tuck it because you know they're going to be swiping at that football at this point.
No doubt about it. So a big third down for the Rangers as they get close to midfield at the 43. Call it 3rd and 6. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Tight ends on the right. Williams wants to throw, has a man on the edge. It's Rivera. If he can beat one man and he doesn't, he has a chance. We'll see where they spot it for a first down.
It's close.
Looks like it's going to be just short.
Yeah.
Could be 4th and about 1. The Rangers,
they're going for it. They don't even hesitate. Coach Hill says we're going for it.
So the ball needs to go to the 49. It looks like it's on the 48. So 4th and 1 for the Rangers. Play clock still with 20-plus seconds to go. Game clock stopped at 3:58. Mavericks lead at 10-0. Full house backfield. And a first down run. That looked like Franco just muscled up behind his offensive line and got 1.5 yards. Got 2, got 3 yards to the 49 of Madison. 1st and 10.
Good hard run right behind the beef up there in the front offensive line. That was a good job. 3 yards, first down. That's all you need.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Williams has a back either side of him. Gives it to, is this Frash? Not
Frash.
much. Gets brought down like Reyes.
Backside in.
Give him 1 yard to the 48. It's 2nd and 9.
Backside tackle that time. Reyes scraping down the line of scrimmage was able to hit Franco and Frash in the backfield. Again, just some sort of rhythm.
Yeah.
Offensive rhythm. That's all they need right now.
2nd and 9. Call this a critical play. You need to get enough to make it a 3rd and short or a first down. Now motion from Rivera. They'll give it coming this way. It is Frash, and he gets up to the 38. That's a first down for the Rangers. Good hard run by Darlington Frash, the sophomore running back at 5'8" and 200. Good job that time with a first down run.
And he got a nice block from his buddy Franco, too, on the outside. That was well executed. That's all that play is supposed to make. It's about 6-7 yards. Good for a first down. To keep the chains rolling, that's what you need right now.
It made 9, so we'll take it. Williams gives it to Frash, going left, cuts back up the middle, finds a little seam. He might get about 5 up to the 34. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Again, Reyes among those on the tackle.
Notice the tempo of the offense now, how they're starting to click up and get it going. They got a little momentum going, and I'll tell you what, the defensive linemen, look at them. Their hands are on their hips, getting a little tired out there.
So there's been 2 drives in this second half. They chewed up about 6 minutes. We've got 4 on the clock and still going. Coming this way. Not much room for Frash this time as he's pushed out of bounds at the 34.
Well, that was a good play by the outside linebacker, Braden Byfield. He was a leading tackler last year for the Mavericks, and this year he's still racking them up as far as his tackle count. But he did a nice job of staying inside out, making the play on the outside.
Rangers with a good-looking drive. 2 receivers left. Williams, shotgun snap. Throws it to Rivera. Nice catch. Avoids one defender. Now scoots around another. Left sideline. Finally shoved out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 25. And the Rangers will have a first down run from about the 23 when we get back. And we're not going anywhere. I just mean the ball gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I was hesitating there. He juked George Johnson, number 13, the corner out. Rivera. That was a nice-looking play. Good athletic play.
2 receivers either way for Williams. Clock goes under 1:50 here in the 3rd. Williams fakes the handoff, throws it out to Kuykendall. He's got a blocker in front of him, runs through a defender, finally brought down inside the 15. Good tackle on the play by Mason, Jordan Mason, but a good block out on that side. Did you see who hit it?
That was Titzman. He did a nice job blocking the corner again. It's the same play, just opposite side of the field now. They got a little rhythm going, Tony.
So 1st and 10 from the 13. On the dark side of the field, 2 receivers either way. Williams wants to keep it himself. He's got some blocks across the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Levi Williams! The senior quarterback gets it into the end zone, and the Rangers are down by 4 with the extra point to come.
You throw wide left, throw wide right, You run wide right. Now you run right up the middle with your quarterback, and it's wide open. That's good play calling and a nice job of plays for this drive.
So the extra point to come from Mason Reed. Kick is up, and it is good.
There you go.
So the Rangers are on the board. It's 10-7. Madison still up, but now only by a field goal with 1:17 to go here in the third quarter.
Well,
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that's exactly what the doctor ordered as far as what Smithson Valley. These Rangers needed something offensively, productively to accomplish and get in the end zone. That's exactly what you needed this second half. New ball game now.
So it's a new ball game. We've played almost 11 minutes of the third quarter, and there's been 2 drives. The Mavericks marched for 6 minutes and got nothing out of it, turned it over on downs at the 29. Then the Rangers come back and put together a lengthy 71-yard drive, capped by Levi Williams running it in from 13 yards. And it's 10-7, Madison on top, but only by a field goal now.
And you know what? Think about that fourth down run by Franco at the middle. That was the play of that drive right there.
So Reed will kick it off. Back down to the dark side. I know the tech. Hey, let me just say that. We know the techs here at Smithson Valley have been working feverishly all night long to get that bank of lights back on. They just have been unsuccessful. Here's an end-over-end kick by Reed. Will go into the end zone, and the Mavericks don't want anything to do with the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mavs from their own 25 with 1:17 to go here in the third quarter.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Mavericks respond to this now. They've been punched in the gut by the Rangers, and now we're going to see how they're going to respond.
We'll see. They look to the sideline for the play call. 10-7, Mavericks up by 3. Higgins hands it to Hernandez. He's tackled in the backfield. Who's that good-looking Ranger? Getting all kinds of slaps.
Oh, that's Gibbons.
It's Gibbons. It is. Somebody's down on the field. Look like cramps.
Yeah. But wasn't that a nice play by Gibbons? Just shutting the blocker and making the tackle for no gain. Great looking play that time by Will Gibbons, the senior, 6'1", 240 pounds. And remember, he was the young man who played linebacker all last year and was one of the leading tacklers, leader on the defense. And Coach Hill came to him and said, you know what? We need to move you down in a three-point stand and play defensive tackle. We need that type of play from our interior line. He said, Coach, I'll do it. And he makes a play like that. I tell you what, it just makes not only the coach proud of him, but you know what? It's a good fit.
He was the leading tackler as the middle linebacker last year. Now he's one of the playmakers on defense. So the senior gets ready for another second down. Second down and 10 for the Mavs. 49 seconds and a running third quarter clock. Higgins fakes the handoff and he gets sacked. A blitz from the right side. The Rangers have dropped him back even further. That's Corey McElroy from his strong side linebacker slot. The senior at 5'11", 170 gets his first sack of the season.
And a timely sack at that. Higgins never saw him coming from the backside. And again, McElroy coming off the edge from the weak side, perfectly timed it. Great play.
So it's 3rd and 17 from their own 18. The Mavericks now send 2 receivers either way. Higgins calls for the snap, throws quickly out in the flat, intended for Gill. He breaks a tackle. He's got a first down, and he may go the distance. You miss a tackle, and that costs you. Darian Gill, the junior.
He broke 2
takes
tacklers.
83 yards.
That play was designed just to pick up about 5-6 yards, just to get him a little bit more comfortable to try to go for a first down. But when the tacklers aren't able to wrap it up, Gill's got the athletic ability to go to take it to the house, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, unfortunately, as the Rangers get back into the game, the Mavericks answer on a defensive miscue. 2 different players had him wrapped up and let he fought through them. Give him credit. As the junior gets a touchdown on an 83-yard pass, and they take too much time getting the extra point try because they had
too many men on the field.
Somebody wasn't on the field that should have been, and then somebody didn't get off in time, and the play clock ran out, so their extra point will come back from 5 yards further.
You know what, Tony? The number one, I guess, factor I had for the Ranger defense to accomplish tonight is eliminate the explosive plays. That was an explosive play.
And this will be the last play of the third quarter, as we'll be heading to the fourth quarter. We'll see what the score will be when we get there. The extra point from Torres. The hold is good after a good snap, and the extra point is good. It is Madison 17, Smithson Valley 7. We're heading to the fourth quarter. Rangers have some work to do. 17-7, Madison. We're back after this timeout.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
We're back at Ranger Stadium.
Oh, I think they have to kick off, even though because.
Well, yeah, they scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they were confused.
They're supposed to flip the field here.
Yeah,
Rangers are supposed to be going into the light. Lighted end zone.
It's the fourth quarter. It's not the end of the third quarter. It is the fourth quarter, and there's way too much confusion out there.
It's fairly easy, I think.
12 minutes to go in this football game, and the Mavericks have taken a 17-7 lead over the Rangers.
You know, Tony, you made a comment off air here a second ago, and that is it's always the game of football is about a couple plays that either you win the game or you can lose the game from. Right there, that last play is something that hopefully won't become the reason why one wins and one loses the game, but we'll have to wait and see. But it's the little things. When you hit somebody, you got to wrap them up and bring them down.
Very uncharacteristic of a Ranger football team to miss a tackle like that. Two guys had a shot. Kick sails to the end zone. Bringing it out. Goodness, if you down it, you get it at the 25, but a great run back. Oh, my. Great run back. Across the 35, the pile still goes past the 40. You always question that when they bring it from 5 yards deep in the end zone.
I guess he said, you know what, we need to make something happen. We need to respond to what happened. And I'll tell you what, that's a great offensive play when your kickoff team takes it all the way back to the 42-yard line. Great field position.
Drayland Radebaugh with the return. So the Rangers out to the 42. Opening plays of the fourth quarter. Williams brings out the unit. Two receivers left, two in the backfield. Here's Franco up the middle, bounces off a couple of defenders. Nice hard run, still going. Legs still churning, past midfield. Gets to the Maverick 49, about a yard shy of a first down. 9-yard carry for Franco.
You know what? The mark of a good running back is always what they call a run after contact. If Franco was to be graded, he'd be graded really high on that last run. In fact, all of his runs, because he does not go down once he makes contact.
Williams this time fakes it, then throws it, and it's incomplete. Goes through the hands of Chris Rivera. Incomplete pass makes it third and 1. Trying to get a short gain on a little quick pass.
Trying to find some sort of tempo again, like they did the last drive. You know, go out in, keep the defense off guard, stretch them out a little bit. Linebackers have to back up a step, to respond to the quick passes. Trying to see if they can get something going here.
Rangers need a yard on third down. It's Williams up the middle. He's got it and runs over a defender. He's brought down across the 45 to the 43, but he ran over somebody that time.
A linebacker, Logan Bomer, 200-pound junior. You like it when your quarterback can run over a linebacker, Tony?
Yes, you do.
That's good stuff.
Rangers shuttling in. The Mavericks.
Timeout?
I didn't see a timeout call.
No, there's a player down. I'm sorry. I can't tell who it is. Do you know? 13. George Johnson, junior free safety. Probably got tangled up in the pile.
I don't know.
Tackle.
Yeah. They're looking to go down on a knee, though. They were all down in a hurry.
You know, I'm surprised we haven't had as many cramps as humid as it's been all night. We haven't had but maybe one cramp that I've noticed all game long.
Right. So the Rangers send two receivers either way. Franco the set back with Williams. Levi takes the snap, fakes it to Franco, throws it out to Rivera on the edge, and squirts around one defender, goes out of bounds about the 39. Still needs about 6 for a first down, second down and 4.
Again, if you're going to give Rivera about a 6, 7, 8 yard cushion, you know what? Williams is going to know that. And he's got the ability to now make his own call. And so he's going to pick up, throw the ball quick out to there and just pick up the quick 5 yards. It's a good looking play.
It's a little deception. It's Fresh coming this way. Avoids a couple of defenders, finally gets dragged down, but not till he's past the 30. Inside the 30 to the 29, that's another first down.
And again, another good block by Franco, his buddy out of the backfield right there. That sprung him loose.
A lot of compliments go around the team when teammates pick up each other and block for each other like that.
Absolutely.
Franco in the backfield. And here's a pass out to Rivera on the edge. Catches it on the move across the 30, inside the 25 before he's pushed down. Maybe right at the 24. It's to be second down and about 4.
Well, we haven't called Jamie Ferguson's name a whole lot this second half, but on that time he was the one responsible for that flare pass, and he went all the way out to make the play. Good athletic play right there by Ferguson.
Two receivers to either side. Williams. Low shotgun snap. Just fall on it, somebody. Offensive lineman got on it back at the 30.
Looked like a low snap.
Lost him. Yes, it was low. It never got to him. Levi tried to pick it up on the hop and was unsuccessful.
Well, this changed the play call completely when you're 3rd and, 12? 3rd and 11?
3rd and 11 after what would have been a 2nd and 5.
Exactly.
Or 2nd and 5, yes. So, a big play call on a drive that needs to end in some kind of points. Williams, two receivers left, one to the right. Takes the snap. Wants to throw it. Out to the edge, too tall for Rivera.
It just looked like that time that when Levi got the snap, he didn't have it really in his hand really well. I mean, he didn't look very, like he was ready to really deliver a good pass. And it definitely sailed. All night long,
Yeah.
he's been
He's
high.
been high all night, yeah.
Exactly. It sailed on him.
Adrenaline, or maybe the ball slick, we don't know.
You don't know.
But he has had trouble pinpointing some passes tonight. So the Rangers will go on 4th down. 4th and 11 from the 30. Williams wants to throw, gets some pressure, has a man across the middle, hits him in stride, a catch, a touchdown for the Rangers. Jeremiah Gilliam. The Rangers are on the board again.
Well, Gilliam did a nice job at just beating the safety on a post route. And that time, Levi Williams, I tell you, he held on to the ball about as long as you could before he's going to get sacked. But he had to let Gilliam have enough time to break in the open for the pass. It was a great execution.
Running down the field until he broke it to the post.
He had to wait until the last second.
Or to the near corner, actually. The extra point's good. The Rangers back within 3. It is now 17, 14, 8:51 to go in the game. The Rangers are back within 3. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Okay, take a look here. You know, these pearly whites, they're just not right. So you got this guy here, and boom, you move it over here. And don't forget this guy here. You shove it over here. After Ferris Orthodontics get a hold of these teeth, bam! It's like magic for your teeth. So the thing is, when teeth are lined up, you get a good smile. And it was Ferris Orthodontics that did that right there.
Ranger Stadium having some life to it right now. The crowd really not as bad as we thought at kickoff. In fact, as you look with their band on the far side, their stands look a lot more full than we would have imagined. The end zone fans are nearly full, and the ones in front of us with the Ranger fans are pretty full, with the band right in front of us with tubas all in our way. But we talk about that all the time.
We avoid the tubas. We have to. Well, the rain stopped before kickoff, and the fans came out, and they're seeing a well of a ball game here the second half between Smithson Valley and Madison. Typical classic game between these two schools.
Mason Reed will kick it off from right to left. This one a little bit short. It'll be fielded by, no, it bounces. It's on the ground. It's loose. They've got the defender down there. If they can contain him inside the 15, the Rangers will do a good job inside the 20 of pinning the Mavericks back. A nice looking kick after not doing it all night by Mason Reed. This time he pinned them down in the corner. They get it back to the 16, but that's where they'll start 1st and 10.
And number 15, Eric Tisman, did a nice job getting down there and laying some wood on the receiver for basically no return. Nice job by the kickoff team that time by the Rangers.
8:46 to go in the game. Rangers down by 3. Time for another stop would be really nice. Play clock at 10. They'll hand it off to Hernandez, and he's got room up the middle. That's a nice looking run on 1st down. Across the 25, I'm guessing that's a 1st down at the 27. Hernandez with another nice run. He's been their best ball carrier all night.
Well, that time their offensive guard, Nick Alvarez, got to the second level and really held up number 42, Kolsmanberger, that really sprung him for that one. It was a good job. You got to give him credit for the lineman getting down there and making a nice block.
For the defense now, gave him one. Let's stop him now. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Fake it to Hernandez, a throw in the flat. That's a completed ball. This time they shoved the receiver out of bounds. It might have hit somebody late, but I don't see a flag.
Sills, the one who basically came up and knocked him out of bounds originally.
So the reception goes up to the 41. Another 1st down. I think the catch was by Moore that time, by the way.
Okay.
So 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Higgins brings motion to him, then hands it to the running back. That's Hernandez. Gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard to the 42. It's 2nd and 9. Trey Moore, one of those in on the tackle for the Rangers.
Deirdre also on the stop on that play. Well, this would be big. This could be huge. If the defense for the Rangers can just somehow get another 3 downs, 2 downs, and make them punt the football, it'd be huge.
2nd and 9 from the 42. Higgins keeps it, throws it. It's Gill. Gets around the edge, gets to the edge, across the 45 to the 46. They'll spot him out there near the 47-yard line.
Close.
Can't tell if that'll be a 1st down or not, but it's awful.
No, it's like 3rd and 5.
Okay. Indeed it is.
Yeah, that time Michael Garza, number 10, was trying to block on Aiken, and I thought they was doing a little holding the way Aiken's jersey was being pulled, but no flag.
And that would be the official right on the Rangers sideline that didn't throw it. So
you would think he would have thrown it.
If you're going to get a call, it would be then. 17-14. The Mavericks on top by 3, and there's a timeout on the field. taken by the Mavericks. 7:28 to go in the game. Madison 17, Smithson Valley 14. We're back after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Back to Ranger Stadium where the Rangers trail by 3, 17-14. Madison on top of Smithson Valley. The Mavericks have the ball at their own 47. They need to get to the Ranger 49, 4 yards for a first down. It's third down. First timeout taken in the second half, that one by Madison. Rangers still have their full complement of 3. Higgins, motion, gives it to Hernandez. He's tripped up in the backfield. Is that Nick Aiken? Did he come in from the corner again on an uncovered no receiver this way? So he got into the backfield and brought him down after basically a loss of a yard. It's 4th and 5 from the 46. Here comes their punt unit, I believe.
Yep. The Mavericks put motion across the formation, but Nick Aiken didn't go with him. He just came off the corner as a blitz and was able to get the running back in the backfield. It was good, well executed defensively.
So the Rangers will receive their first punt of the night. The punter is Andre. The left-footed kick is up. Coming down to the dark side of the field, gets a great bounce out of bounds, and the Rangers will have it at their own 11. My goodness, what a great punt of field position.
Yeah, just when you needed a good, solid punt from your punter, they got one this time. Now the the Rangers have got, 88 yards to go.
And they've got lots of time. It's 6:46 to go in the game.
A lot of time. You don't have to get it all back right now. In fact, you don't want to do that to get it back in Higgins' hands. That is the Mavericks.
Take about 6 minutes and 42 seconds to score.
Yep.
With a touchdown.
You sure you want to give him 4 seconds?
Leave him here in the stands.
Excuse me. Williams will keep it. And gets about 7.
You know, you could probably run that play all night long, back and forth, and just let Levi Williams pick and choose his hole to run through. I mean, it's designed by the formation for one of the running backs, either Frash or Franco, to be the lead blocker. And that time, Franco was able to get to the linebacker and made a nice block that freed up Williams for a nice 7-yard gain.
So a short second down, hands it off. It is Franco. Holding onto that ball tightly as he goes across the 30 to the 33 as the Maverick defenders really reaching for it.
Again, it takes more than 1 or 2 of the Maverick defenders to get Franco down. He's so small, but he runs like he's a big man. He's all shoulders and knees, and he's almost like a bullet going through that line of scrimmage.
Game clock goes under, 6 minutes to go. Williams, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Takes the snap. Hands it to Franco. He's got some room off the left tackle. Skirts outside. Has the sideline. Dragged down as he crosses midfield, but not until he does cross midfield before Higgins brings him down into Maverick territory.
That's just good running on his part. Picking and choosing and dipping and dodging some of the would-be defenders and just picking up all that you can make. Good individual performance right there.
So from the 48 of the Mavericks, it's 1st and 10. 5:46 to go. Clock stops on the ball out of bounds. Williams, 2 men to the right, 1 to the left. High snap. Wants to throw it wide and almost picked off.
Oh.
That play took too long. Levi shouldn't have thrown it. Out to the edge. He had Wells and
that play
Radeball.
You're right. That play, you're lucky that is not picked off and ran in for 6 points, because for one thing, Ferguson came in, real high vertical leap, so Williams had to throw it high, and the corner sitting there waiting to make the interception.
Well, he pumped once because of the defender.
Yeah.
By then, the play's not going to happen. Now he keeps it up the middle. Had a couple of defenders there. He ran right past him up to the 41. Looks like it'll be third down and about 3 from there.
Yeah. Have you noticed this series, every snap is a little high to Williams. I don't know what's going on with that, but
well, we had a low one earlier. I'd rather them be a little bit high than that low.
Well, that's true.
I'd rather them be right about his numbers. But sometimes that's easier said than done. Devin Smith, the junior center, doing some hard work tonight. Williams with motion from Wells. Snap a little bit high. It is Frash out the left side. He doesn't get the first down. Stopped at the 41. It'll be 4th and 3.
Well, see, with a high snap like that, it disrupts the rhythm of the flow of the play. And that time it was very evident because Frash was unable to get the ball quick and clean. So it really slowed down the development of the play for a loss. So the high snap has got to be down lower. They scored last time it was 4th down.
4th down and 3 from the 41. They have to get to about the 38 for a first down. Williams will run behind his blockers, and he's got a first down.
Yep.
Finally got bumped, but not until he had first down yardage. Rolls ahead to the 35 where it's 1st and 10 for the Rangers. Clock running at 4:15 to go in the game.
Well, here it is. When in doubt, just give it at Williams' hand.
Yeah.
Let him make him do something with it.
Both backs beside him went ahead blocking, and the offensive line had it surge.
Exactly.
So Williams sends 2 receivers to the right. 1 comes to the left. Both Frash and Franco in the backfield.
There's plenty of time on the play clock.
Now the receiver right comes to the left. Williams to Frash. Kind of tried to pick and choose and didn't have a whole lot of room. Squirts ahead for maybe a yard to the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
I'm telling you, the rhythm of the play is really diverted when that high snap. It really needs to get down low because I cringe every time Levi's got to go up high and try to hand off low. If there may be a miscommunication or miss handoff and you fumble the ball.
So 2nd and 9. Williams 2 receivers either way. He wants to throw it. Has a man in the flat. Now he throws it to the corner. Good defensive breakup on the play. I think that's George Johnson who got a hand on it.
Yeah, it was. Good play by the safety. Johnson coming over and swatting the ball away right before I guess the receiver could have received it. Could have caught it, I mean.
Williams looked to the flat where
pumped him off.
Where Wells was, and then threw it to Radebaugh. Probably just a hair behind timing because Radebaugh was there for a moment. Now it's 3rd and 9 from the 40. 2 receivers either way. Williams will keep it. A nice block by his lead back. He'll get pinched, but falls ahead to the 25, and that's a first down.
That's a big play right there by your quarterback. If he doesn't make that first down, it's a tough call to make a first down from there.
He got the snap, and Franco took off and led the way through the hole, and it was pretty big when it started.
Yep.
Good job by Levi. Excuse me.
We got 1st and 10 here.
Gives it to Frash. Tries to squirt outside. Nothing much there. No, it's Franco, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Nothing there. That's just pure pursuit by the defensive unit on the for the Mavericks, snuffing that play off, and Frash had nowhere to go.
Franco, actually.
Franco, excuse me.
They're both small.
They don't run small.
They do not. 159, 158. 2:22 to go. The clock runs here in the 4th quarter. Rangers 2nd and 11 from the 26 of the Mavericks. Williams gives it to Franco. Has some room up the middle. Squirts ahead across the 20.
This could be interesting.
So
3rd and about 4 or 5.
Maybe 5 at the 20. So 3rd and 5. Clock rolling with 1:50 to go. So the timing of the drive is good.
Yeah.
You're
right now in the red zone. So this 3rd and long is a tough call when you're in the red zone.
How about Williams? He'll follow his blockers. He doesn't have it, I don't think. He's stopped about the 16. It'll be 4th and 1 with 1:30 to go. My guess is we'll call a timeout here shortly.
Let's think this over. 4th and 1. I mean, you could justify going for it. You can justify kicking and getting the points, too, at this point. Because you know Reed can make this field goal from here.
Sorry.
That's why we call timeout and talk about it, right?
Playing to win.
I know you are.
Not playing to tie.
I know you are. This is not a district game. This is not a district game. So why would you not go for it?
I'm not saying anything. I just have the feeling. The feeling I have in this game is that you go to win it, because there's no doubt Mason Reed can make this field goal, tie it, and then you stop them one more time.
Yeah.
To go to overtime, or you go for it to win the game.
I agree with you 100%, but I'm just saying there's two schools of thought when you get into this situation. That third and long in the red zone, I'm telling you, and I said it the first game too, that's the hardest play call to make because it's tough. You really are limited, and you don't know, really, there's not a good play that you can call in that situation.
Give the ball to Williams.
Yeah. Well, you know who's going to get the ball here. And I know the Madison Mavericks defense is probably eyeballing and bird dogging
go up
Williams.
Under center and sneak it.
Both backs.
Williams with two backs in the backfield. Now Madison's going to call a timeout.
Yeah.
So they saw what the Rangers came out with on fourth and a long one, or let's say it's two. They saw what the Rangers came out with, so they called a timeout as well.
Yeah. The Rangers came out in 20 personnel. That means two running backs, and then you've got 3 wide receivers. So you kind of spread, but you got 2 blockers. So you knew that right then that either Williams is going to get it or one of the backs is going to get it. So they just wanted to call timeout and make sure that they're buttoned up on defense.
Will you come out with the same formation again, or will you bring something different out? Coach?
Man, I tell you what, Coach Hill, he's been in this situation many, many times. I'm sure he feels confident with what we have, what we want to do. Our play is to make 2 yards. We just want to get a first down. That's it. But you know, if they get, he may say, Levi, if they give it to you, take it. Go for it. They may give you that opportunity for that quick pass or that slant that's going to be wide open, one-on-one. They may do that. That's one thing that Levi's got the ability to do this year.
So you send him back out there to look to the sideline after he sees what they do defensively.
Right.
Play clock just began at 25. So they huddle quickly. They come out quickly. Levi. And then the Rangers jumped.
Some of the team thought they were going on quick count. Now they're going to kick it.
So some confusion leads to the procedure penalty. Ball back to the 22. So this is a 39-yard field goal for Mason Reed to tie the game with 1:24 left in the game. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick. Nice looking kick. Is it through the uprights? It hits the upright. It hit the upright, the left upright, and falls down. No good. Be the Madison Maverick ball at the 22-yard line.
I'll tell you what. Madison has just got some, what do you call it, luck on their side tonight or what? Illegal procedure pushes you out of a definite, you're going to pick up the first down, maybe going in to score to win the game. And then the field goal kicker, plenty of leg, hits the upright.
So with 1:12, how'd the clock lose 12 seconds on that play? In any event, the Mavericks have the ball, 1st and 10 from their 22. Here's the handoff. Hernandez gets about 5 to the 27. Timeout, Smithson Valley. Coach Larry Hill has 2 timeouts. That's the first of the 2. So it's 2nd and I'd say about 5.
Well, all you can do is try to hold them here.
Yeah.
And get it in your hands one more time.
Problem is, after you stop them this time and call a timeout, then on 3rd down when they go for it, if they don't get it, the clock will go at least to about 30 seconds before they'd have to punt.
Yeah, they'll milk it all the way down. Take the penalty and then punt the ball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mavericks on offense, trying to ice this game. They lead it 17-14. It's now a minute 10 left. They'll come out with 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Two backs as slot backs. Higgins will keep it. Boy, he fights for yardage.
Zoeg on the tackle.
Fights for yardage up to the 30.
Is there a fumble?
There's a little bit of a scrum out there. Both teams holding their teammates back. Timeout, Smithson Valley.
Okay.
Boy, if they mark the ball, clear up there.
I didn't see his forward progress go that far.
I didn't either. Well, that's almost a first down. That's within inches of a first down.
Huh. Well,
there's a minute 4 left. Madison leading by 3, 17-14. I think they just got a first down.
They did.
I thought it was close.
I just didn't think he got that far in his forward progress.
Apparently the pile just kept moving.
Yeah. Coach Hill, you could see him out there asking, hey, well, what about that spot? I don't understand the spot.
Uh-huh.
Is this still part of the timeout, I guess, or the referee's sitting there now discussing it?
Well, we're all curious about the spot.
He just put the football up, so he may take it back. He may put it back.
Well, they've already moved the first down marker, so it's a first down. How do you go back and reset that?
You can't. Well, looking back on this game.
Uh-oh, they mark it back now to the 31.
Did.
And the Sticks are already ahead.
And now you've got Blaine Peterson wondering what's going on. Explain that to me when you've already given me a first down and moved the chains. Yeah. So you can look at it both ways.
And they're telling the Sticks to go back.
Yeah.
But how do you reset that? Where the first down is that where the first down needed to be? So they're about a yard shy, maybe a yard and a half shy?
Looks like it. The scoreboard has not made an adjustment yet. It's third down, but to your point, it's probably a long yard.
Well, the Maverick coaches are still out on the field with an official. They're trying to spot the ball. The referee is about ready to start the play clock, and I don't think anybody else is ready. Well, here we go.
But they just did.
They started the play clock. A minute 4 left. 3rd and 1. Higgins will run the ball, won't he? They look to the sideline for the play adjustment. Doesn't look like they're making any changes.
Well, the play clock is running, but the game clock isn't.
Well,
they thought the game clock was going to start, but it didn't.
Well, it shouldn't.
That's right.
So they call another timeout. This is their last timeout.
That's their last timeout.
Well, again, this last 2 minutes is taken for a long time because a lot of confusion on ball spotting and things like that. What was a first down is now a third down.
Third down.
And they look like they have about a yard to go, even though a minute ago they were there. So we picked the ball, we put it back a yard, and now it's 3rd and 1.
We questioned the original spotting to begin with. Coach Hill, I totally get that. But once you move the chains, it's very difficult to put it back, and that's exactly what they did. So we'll see what happens.
Crazy.
Hey, crazy things have happened.
Crazy things do happen.
Yes. Well, this is it right here.
3rd and 1 with a minute 4 to go. Ranger defense all up on the line of scrimmage. And they all go in and they don't stop him. Boy, Higgins is powerful and he got somebody pushing with him.
Yeah.
And he gets a first down up to the 33, and that could be it.
Well, he was originally met in the backfield for no gain, but the momentum, and I think to your point, a couple of linemen were pushing, so all he needed was 1 yard. He got 3 out of it.
6'1", 185. The senior has some force behind him. Now they'll just do the victory snap. Play clock at 10, game clock at 40, so about a 30-second difference. This will be the last snap when he does. Higgins takes it, takes a knee. That'll probably be the last play of the game. 30 seconds to go, that's it. Play clock running above it. The Madison Mavericks have come into Ranger Stadium and come up with a win, 17-14. The Mavs moved to 1-2 on the season. The Rangers fall to 0-2. The Mavericks won't even call it an upset because neither team was victorious coming into the game, but they come away with a road win and win it 17-14 as the Rangers now try to regroup. They open district play next week at Clemens.
Well, that's unfortunate because I think we did see a lot of progress with productivity, especially with offensively for the Rangers, and they did a nice job of moving the football, responding to adversity, putting points on the board, making it happen in the red zone. It's just penalties and turnovers cost them the game, just like those big explosive plays hurt them against Midland Lee 2 weeks ago. That's kind of what happened here tonight. You're only 1 or 2 plays away from winning or losing, and that's what happened again.
The Rangers drop it. Mavericks win it 17-14 from Ranger Stadium. We'll be back with our post-game show right after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests, while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
Our family at Summer Hill Dental is part of the community, and we've either been Rangers, are Rangers, or soon will be. Dr. Matt Bayless and Summer Hill Dental have been taking care of Ranger smiles for over a decade because we are your Smithson Valley dentist.
Turned out to be a wonderful night of football here at Ranger Stadium. The bad news is the Rangers don't get the win. They fall 17-14. Madison's Mavericks come in. They improve to 1-2 on the season. The Rangers fall to 0-2 with Clemens in a district opener next week on the road. The Rangers fall 17-14. And Jeff, so many different plays we can talk about of key plays, but every key play in the game went against us. As we talk about, I can't think of a single break that went Smithson Valley's way, where all the breaks were bad breaks their way.
Well, you're right, but sometimes that's the way the game goes. So you have to really play through those bad breaks. Some of them were self-inflicted. Some of the things you could have not done, like face mask that gave the Mavericks a first down that led to their first scoring, a touchdown, or making the tackle out there in the flat with who was it?
Gill.
Gill. Yeah, he had 2 would-be tacklers around his legs and just couldn't bring him down. Ended up scoring on a long 70-yard pass play for a touchdown. Those little things you can correct. Those are the good things about what you can get out of this game. Even though you're disappointed, it doesn't feel good, particularly on homecoming night. But you know what? You can make those corrections. And maybe this was a blessing in disguise going into district play starting next week, because now you know what you need to do. It's going to take everyone playing together. It can't be one player. It's the whole team working together to be able to play and win in this district.
Unbelievable. The Rangers fall to 0-2. I can't think of the last time I've said something like that, but they do.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
With the game lost last week up in Pflugerville, instead of having 3 games, they have 2, and they've dropped both of them here at home.
Well, I was glad to see what the offense was able to do on the field tonight. They really were able to get in some sort of sync and rhythm, and they were running the football, passing the football fairly effective, really balanced. I don't think Levi Williams had one of his better games throwing the football. I thought he had played a good game running the football. So it's going to be Levi having to do both and do both of them well for the Rangers to be in contention to win games and coming up this year.
And you talk about it, again, he's not played for 2 weeks with the cancellation, so it's like an opener in so many ways.
Yeah.
And he wasn't sharp. He made one great throw tonight, and that was the touchdown to Gilliam, where he was pinpoint on time. Some others, he was just a count late or a couple of yards too far. He just wasn't as sharp as we've seen Levi Williams, especially the junior Levi Williams that we saw last year, who seemed to be sharp every week. So, that being said, now we hope he comes back next week, corrects those whatever it is that slowed him down, and we go on.
Well, I think to your point, I think he was a little high most of the night with his passes, but you know what? That might have been caused by the defenders, by the defensive people. He didn't have a good, clear throwing lane maybe to throw through. There was a lot of things that you can say might have affected his ability to throw the football. I think the snap from the center was either too low, and there in that last drive was consistently too high because it disrupted the rhythm of the play. So these little things you can correct, Tony, and that's what's good looking forward. You know what? You can feel bad tonight, but starting tomorrow, you got to look forward to Clemens. It's another day to play.
It is another day. We'll see you next Friday night at Clemens, 7:30 kickoff, 7:15 airtime for everyone with Wick Productions. This is Jeff Gandy and Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. The Rangers fall to the Mavericks 17-14.